Hello, everybody, and welcome, 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 one and all, to the Vindy 500 pre-race show. We're here for practice. Got plenty of cars on track, plenty of drivers putting in last-second adjustments. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the biggest race in Vantage. This is the Vindy 500. We have a couple of people in the booth here today with me. We have Elliot, we have Daniel Michelle, we have Mark, we have Aesop Perch. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are we doing today, guys?
We are doing good. This is the culmination of the last, right around 8 months of my life. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah,
Tired.
it is. Yeah, we are towards the end of Vantage Week. It's been a long week. Kicked off 1 week ago with Vindy 500 qualifying, which was an all-day event, pretty much. So yeah, lots of action on the way. Should we get right into it, folks? We have a huge grid. We have Elliot, who just finished turning some laps in the Renault Clio, the official pace car, the Vindy 500. And
Pace car.
yeah, Elliot, we have a bit of a unique starting format. If you want to run the fans at home through that.
Absolutely. Nick, I don't know if you have that graphic made ready to display for it. So no one was made, I think. But basically, the starting format, iRacing, they have their in-system pace car. That's going to be like a red and white generic sedan, basically. That's going to pull in at the end of one single file pace lap. Then myself driving the official Vindy 500 pace car, the Renault Clio, will take over, and the drivers will do a 3-wide salute for 2 laps, where they will then go green in that 3-wide formation.
So that will be green at the beginning of lap 2. So there'll be technically 202 laps, but 200 racing laps is what we'll have here today.
Absolutely. 200 racing laps. On the broadcast, it will say like 202 laps, but that's just that there will be 200 laps after the race goes officially green by our standards.
Yep, that's just a formality. But yeah, lots of drivers on track already. Rick Raven up there, Larry Miles currently fastest. Ty Keela, a last second entry to the Vindy 500.
About 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago.
It fit halfway through the drivers meeting, he joined the server. So as last minute as you could possibly get. But hey, he's running 5th right now. Hopefully he gets a good result. He will not have a name on the starting grid graphic. It's pretty obvious why. But yeah. As we get closer to that, we'll take a look. Should we just go down the order and see if we have any predictions? Elliot, we'll start with you. Who do we think was going to come home today, the victor?
I mean, it's tough for me to say. First and foremost, Seb Alexander. Blistering pole lap times, blistering practice times. Comes away first today. He has experience at this track. He has many hours in this car. He's definitely someone to look out for if he can keep it clean, which is a big thing and a hard thing to tell. Here, if you can truly keep it clean, it's a very difficult thing to say. Another one I'd like to maybe mention, Aaron Smith, the second. Starting way in the back, but he is an iRacing Esports, iRacing Pro driver. So, always someone to be looking out for. As well as just the word I'm looking for? The Gas Racing Company cars. They have a good setup. That's Brandon Gas, Kurt Bray, and Ben Kuhn. They're looking fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon has a good setup. Of course, Seb Alexander also has a good setup. But lots and lots of new faces here. Lots of drivers doing a one-off. Lots of drivers going to be racing with us going forward. But lots of new faces nonetheless. Let's go next to Daniel Michelle for your race winner prediction, shall we?
Yeah, I'm thinking, honestly, with how the practice has been going, Larry Miles looks really strong, and I would not be surprised if he would win this race.
He does look really fast. He does not have a setup, unless he did get one in the last week, which is definitely possible. But at least in qualifying 1 week ago, he did not have a custom setup. So we'll see what Larry Miles can throw together here. He's 5/10 up on everybody else in practice, which is very interesting.
Yeah, he's definitely running some fast laps in practice here. We only got around 9-ish minutes of practice left. I know there's some procedural stuff on the way with some anthems as well as an intro. Nick, do you know what time right around those are going to be getting started?
Well, at the end of practice, we will be having our special guest, Formula America champion Slay Raccoon, aka Ryan. He'll be singing "Back Home Again" in Indiana for us, which is a first for Vantage, so that should be fun. And then, of course, we'll run the Vissel Vindy 500 intro, and then we'll get into things with the pace lap and the grid and all that stuff. So yeah, but continuing with predictions, let's go over to Mark, our meme recap legend. Mark, who do we think's gonna come home today, the winner?
You know, the Fast 9 kind of showed how close the top guys are. Brandon Gass obviously has a lot of pace to the car. Seb Alexander, blisteringly fast, but Gass and Murphy were only a tenth off on some of their laps, so it's more about keeping it consistent and seeing how long they can keep it without getting into too much trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, we saw a lot of issues going into turn 2, so that will be a turn to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. And yeah, Gas has a lot of pace. Connor Murphy also has a lot of pace. It's gonna be very close. They have to survive the race, of course, in order to win. Let's go to Purge. Purge, who do we think is gonna come home the victor here today?
All right, so you guys are all thinking Fast 9, top 5, all of that. But you know what makes Indianapolis so special? It's the underdog. So I'm going to go with Kurt Brake today.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
In real life, we've seen drivers like Ari Lyondike, Elio Castroneves, Alexander Rossi, Dan Weldon, not nobodies, but drivers you would not expect to win, ended up winning. I think Kurt Brake's going to get it done today.
So we're going with Kurt Brake.
The difference between those drivers and Kurt Brake is those drivers had experience in the car. Kurt Brake has not driven this car in about 3 months before today. This is his first time using the setup. His first time being awake at this time on Saturday.
Hey, first time for everything.
That could also come to his advantage because everyone's kind of learning something here with the compound changes.
That's true. This is his first time. He has not had to relearn really the compound and the tire model update.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware and who are sane people who don't obsess over iRacing, iRacing recently changed the tire compound of the tire model for the Dallara i18 Indy car, which is what the Vindy 500 runs. And what that means basically, cars handling a little different. Nick, do you mind turning off your...
Oh yeah, I was muted on the stream. Don't worry. I was just listening.
Okay.
Making sure the audio is good.
Making sure the audio is good. All right. But yeah, just basically, cars going to handle a little differently. Drivers are going to have to learn that. But I guess not Kurt Brake, because he never drove the car really before. And another person who never really drove the car before, Brian Newell.
Oh boy.
Vantage Pro Series driver.
Yeah, the legend himself.
The legend himself. Yeah, we got a couple of Vantage Pro Series regulars in here. Brian Newell, Kurt Brake, Ben Kuhn, Brandon Gass, obviously. Yeah, so a little bit here. Tyler Justice, Larry Miles. Some in here that know sort of oval racing here in Vantage. Others, like Brandon Staten, Kyle Klendworth, the entirety of Rogue Racing, basically, are sort of new to the fold, but they're looking very fast.
Yeah, they're absolutely looking real quick. A lot of drivers. I don't know. It's going to be a mixed bag. So my pick is what we'll end this little prediction section up with is starting on the front row. He's starting on the outside. So I think he's going to have to survive turn 1. But if he does survive turn 1, I think Tyler Justice is going to have a good shot at coming home with the victory here today. I think he's kind of gone under the radar. Although he did qualify third, no one's really hyped up Tyler Justice too much. It's always been, the Seb Alexanders. It's been stuff like that, the Kyle Klenworths. But I think Tyler Justice could steal one here.
Yeah, Justice has one podium on the Vantage Indy Special League season, that being at the Oval at Homestead, Miami. So we definitely know he can do well at an Oval. Let's see if he can do well on this kind of stage. A team I'd like to highlight right now who's performing very well, Rogue Racing, as I mentioned, their driver is Kyle Klenworth, Ty Keela, and I can't keep a straight face with that one, and Jesper Orman. And they are actually forming an alliance, a little bit of a one-race alliance with Seb Alexander, your pole sitter.
Yeah, couple of guys who have yet to race this season besides the 500, and it's of course practice sessions and qualifying sessions. But they are pretty quick. Orman Taikila, which great name by the way.
Great
It's
name.
yeah,
Or
and
if
of
you,
course
if
Glenwood.
you Ooh. Yeah, you can see I've been watching them on practice. They've been working together, trying to figure out this car with the draft, see the speed, see the times. Yeah, they're definitely trying to learn everything here, and we got 3 minutes left in practice before we get started with the racing.
Phew. 3 minutes to go till the biggest race of not only the Vantage Indy Special League season, but really the whole year to this point.
Absolutely. A lot of guys in here, a lot of people racing. We're gonna have some good fun.
Lots of eyes on Vantage today. This is, if you weren't with us in the drivers meeting, I did mention, of course, it is Vantage Week today. The 21st of June, 2020 is when Vantage was created. So it is the 5-year to the day anniversary of Vantage, being capped off with the 4th annual running of the VINDY 500. 2.5 minutes away till practice, comes to an end. Qualifying was a week ago. If you missed it, it's quite the long session, but a very fun session. Slow burner built up at the end. First of its kind here in the Vantage iRacing League.
Yeah, and that same format was tried out earlier today, once again in the VINDY 150, which was definitely a very interesting race. If you missed it.
Yeah, it was streamed right here on the Vantage YouTube channel. Formula America season finale over on Forza. It was a fun one, and we're hoping to have an equally as fun race here, as we are now 1 minute 50 seconds away from not only the end of practice, but the singing of our Back Home Again Indiana song. I was going to say national anthem, but it's not the national. It's the national anthem of Indiana. The nation of Indiana.
Absolutely.
So, gentlemen, closing thoughts for this race?
I think it's definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty clean, definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be something for sure. Elliot, we'll let you get ready to go down to your Renault Clio pace car and lead these guys around for the formation lap.
Absolutely, and Nick, in case you didn't have it, I just sent you an Indiana flag to display
Oh my goodness!
during the singing of our glorious anthem.
That you did.
I will see you guys out here after we go green. But until then, let's have some fun.
Yep. Good luck, Elliot, in the pace car. All right, so that just leaves me and Purge here for lead commentary. Purge,
Oh, the yap session. No, I'm just kidding.
30 seconds away. What are you thinking? Are we nervous? Are we excited? What's the overall vibe thing feeling like?
It's definitely an exciting sight to see. This is probably the biggest field I've seen for Vissel all season. 20 cars, if I'm not mistaken.
There's more soon
I
to be.
definitely think. Yeah, I'm just judging based off the scoring pylon. There's certainly got to be more here today. So this is a great thing for Vantage. We've I don't think we've had a big of a race like this in a while. When was the last time we had kind of a crown jewel event that drew this many turnouts?
Probably the last Indy 500, I would say. Last January. It's been a little while. So, final 5 seconds of of practice. We will get Ryan in here if he wants to unmute, and we're a few seconds away from the singing. Actually, yeah, there we go. All right, Indiana flag on the screen. Everyone in the booth besides Ryan, if you want to go ahead and mute up, and we will let him go ahead and Ryan, if you want to take us away here.
All right. Before I begin, I just want to say sorry. The University of Purdue decided not to show up for instrumental, so it's just gonna be me being a cappella. So hopefully I don't butcher it too badly. Come again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright through the sycamores for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance through the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, How I long for my
Good
Indiana
luck, everybody.
home.
Hey, all right. Right on time. Thank you,
You
Slay.
can't win if you're not going on turn one.
All right. Thank you, Slay/Ryan, for coming out. Appreciate
Thank you.
you coming out. Hope you enjoy the rest of the race.
I hope so too. Let's make it a good one.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
How did your RTPC bring ahead the issue?
I was certainly something.
All right. So they're starting to pace now. Cars out on track. Seb Alexander starting from pole. Let's take a look at the Vindy 500 starting grid. We're starting from the back row here. Calvin Harley and Jesper Orman starting in the back. That's in row 9. Row 7, Aaron Smith. The second, Brendan Stanton and Kurt Bray. Row 8, Brian Newell, Matthias Marcamini, and Eric Guillory. In row number 7, Brian Sassier, Leo Delmas, and Dylan Morante. Bill Colley, Justin Potts, Dustin Stout. Running out row number 5. Row number 4, Chase Tobin, Jace Meyer, and Kyle Clenworth, excuse me. The top 3 rows, this was the Fast 9, Larry Miles, Casey Keller, Ben Kuhn, Connor Murphy, Brandon Gass, Rick Raven in row 2. And pole position, Seb Alexander, second place, Ethan Reed, and Tyler Justice. Now the grid will continue to roll across the bottom of your screen as the cars continue to get into line. There are some drivers that aren't here. There's some drivers that are here, but that was the official starting grid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Vindy 500. This is it. Let's go ahead, actually, and roll this VISL intro. "114 years ago, the first ever 500-mile event took place here on these hallowed racing grounds at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 114 years later, the 5th anniversary of Vantage is today, in the 4th annual running of the Vindy 500, coming at you here live on the Vantage YouTube channel. Drivers getting ready to go now. They're lining up 3 by 3. Seb Alexander is first. You get a nice look here at the official Vantage pace car, piloted by the one and only Elliot Lang.
Justin Potts middle, Dustin Stout outside. I have to keep going back and forth, switching tabs. I'm on a single monitor. I have to.
So we're getting a good look here as everyone's getting ready to go.
Fifth row, right, inside.
Got a nice look here.
Leo Delmas middle, Dylan Morante outside.
Grid getting finished up right now. Seb Alexander will lead us to green. Then we have 200 laps of racing. This is the final pace lap of the Vindy 500 parade section, and we'll go racing. All right, my pick, Tyler Justice. Starting there in P4. Should be P3, excuse me. P3. Ethan Reed to his inside. Elliott Lang, of course, being scored as the first driver, but not actually the first driver. Guys, this is it. Purge, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to. I can barely stay in my seat. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm excited.
This is it. The 4th annual running of the Vindy 500. The first here on iRacing. All eyes on Seb Alexander. He'll be leading us to green.
Are we getting information?
Isn't that
Before we
just
start,
a
I must
beautiful
ask you.
Yeah, everyone gets
Yes, but I must ask Nico before. I always
Uh,
do this. Kind of a tradition now. What do you think our over/under on flips are tonight? What do you think?
I think we will for sure
Yay.
see one flip.
Second row, fourth place inside, fifth place.
All right, you
middle,
heard him.
Sixth place outside. That's row two. Row
I'm
three
excited,
is
guys. I don't know about
seventh
y'all, but I am.
inside,
I
eighth
can hardly contain
middle,
myself.
This is
ninth,
it.
I'm actually like really excited for
outside
this.
that's row
Look at the
three,
3x3 salute.
11, 12.
Look at the
inside,
field
middle,
there.
Outside, on back.
Incredible.
Yeah, just keep on doing that.
Get a nice view of everybody. The fans will be on their feet. The drivers, their hearts got to be racing. Surely this is a nerve-wracking experience for these drivers.
If there's an empty spot in front of you,
Yep,
if
that's
you get
kind of
into
how
the
it
proper,
goes. At the start, your
row,
heart's pumping, and then as it goes on, you
Do not
chill out, and then towards
that
the
is
end,
the
it's
graphic stuff.
all adrenaline all over again.
Yep, you just got to
Am I right,
survive.
Scott?
Ty Keela, incredible name, will be starting at the very back of the field here. He is a last-second addition to this grid.
I'm taking off. Leo controls the field.
All right. All eyes on Seb Alexander. He will be leading us to green. You can see there in the orange, black, and yellow car, starting in first position. He got the pole position, and off of 4.
Make sure you maintain your gap about
This
1.5
is the
feet
4th
per row.
annual running of the Vindy 500 3x3. They come to the start line. 200 laps to determine the winner of the Vindy 500, Seb Alexander. Gonna put foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, and we will be racing here very shortly. There he goes, green flag in the air. The Vindy 500 is green.
It was a great start for the leaders up front, but a horrible start for everybody in the back. It looks like they're kind of starting to bunch up towards the back of the field here, entering the short chute.
Yeah, looks like they're just wanting to survive the opening stages of this race, and that's very smart. You don't want to get in an incident early on. That is absolutely crucial to your race. A little bit of action here. That's Ty Keela already on the move up to 16th position. He started in plumb last, 21st place. But a good start for him nonetheless. As Bill Cawley II is way off pace. What's going on here? He's down in 21st place, down in last. Is there a problem already with the 31 car? And Elliott now joining the booth. End of the first lap. It is Seb Alexander followed by Ethan Reed and Tyler Justice, your top 3. Championship leader Rick Raven leading the way. Brandon Gass has the lead of this second pack. And everyone seems pretty calm so far. Larry Miles in 6th. Ben Kuhn trying not to lag out. Side-by-side action. Kyle Clenworth getting into 8th. Calm start though.
Clenworth, Keller, Mayer, and Potts all a little bit side-by-side action there. Trying to keep things together. This this pack here of like right around 8th on 8th to 13th-ish. It's looking very competitive as you see Justin Potts get right up to Casey Keller. Keller seemed to have to back out of it ever so slightly. That's close of the pack. Further back, who is that? That is Ty Keela and Kurt Bray side by side.
Ty Keela's on the move. I'll tell you what. Started in plumb last, already up to 15th in about 3 laps time. And soon he's going to be working on Brian Newell.
Oh, we got one around.
One is around, one spinning. Caution is out. Does anyone hit him? That's Dylan Morante. No incidents here.
Donuts. Now,
And
so iRacing through that
Remember,
yellow
guys,
flag.
It could be a single file restart. You go back green. There's no more.
So
special
caution.
anything, nothing like that. Just do what iRacing tells you.
Yeah, he just lost it trying to avoid that wall.
he did.
Look at who is that? That is, look at Ty Keela's perspective on that. He got right up to him.
We'll take a look
Just
here
barely.
shortly.
Missed him there.
This is the replay of what happened with Dylan Morante. Oh, yeah, he just lost it off of 2. Luckily, he managed to snap to the right. Nobody hit him. Nearly, like you said, Ty Keela. Nearly did. Let's go on board with Ty Keela. Middle of 2. Making a move on Oh, just squeezing by. That was real close for the 21.
Tried to
the
make
9.
had to make a move around Brian Newell there. Then got caught wrong place, wrong time. Barely avoided that. Good on him.
Yeah, just got by, but he survives. And everyone's good. A self spin here. No harm, no foul. Maybe a little bit of squaring on those tires, but whew, deep breath.
Main damage is pride.
Might have, but hey, that save kept him in the race. You do have one and only one fast repair here in the Vindy 500. So 200 laps, one fast repair. You don't want to hit really anything at all.
Absolutely. Pitting. Ethan Reed tried to fake him out. Is Clenworth pitting? No, he's not. A bunch of fake outs going on right now here.
Couple of fake outs. No one committing. Oh, Kurt Bray's coming in. So is Ty Keela.
Ty Keela with a late commit there.
That was a late commit. Yeah, he came in after the car behind, so a reverse fake maybe. I'm not sure, but he comes in. A couple of drivers coming into the pits now. Jesper Orman. Aaron Smith the second. Daniel Michel, 2-time VPS champ. If you want to maybe give us some insight on these pit stops, this early pit cycle.
Well, I'd imagine that these pit stops are going to be mostly for fuel. I did see someone take tires though, which is odd. I'm not sure if.
It might have been
necessarily-
Morante who was the spinner.
Yes, it looks like Kurt Bray is taking tires though.
Interesting.
So I'm not sure about the strategy here. I'm sure there might be some damage on some of these cars, so they might be just repairing. But I think right now, for the most part, you're gonna have people just coming in, taking fuel, trying to see if they can get a really long green flag run to extend their position a little better.
So interestingly, with these pit stops, Ty Keela and Jesper Orman of Rogue Racing, they did pit. However, Kyle Clenworth, their teammate, chose not to and chose to stay out, along with their sort of alliance driver, Seb Alexander, your race leader.
Yeah, so different strategies already coming into play here in the early stages
Remember, guys,
of this
spacing
race.
on the restart is 1 to 1.5 car length at most. Try and keep it tight whenever you guys go 1 to green.
It is going to be single file restarts here, as every restart is in the Vantage Indy Special League. But yeah, good
Yeah,
stuff.
normally we have lap cars that get their laps back. However, we have no lap down cars as this caution came out fairly early, so bit of a quicker yellow this time round.
Bill Colley the second, by the way, is coming into the pits. He was slow on the first lap of this race, so I'm interested to see if there's any kind of problem with that car.
Other important thing to note, Kurt Bray just now exiting the pits. He's only entering turn 3.
Interesting, yeah. Kurt Bray got a ways to go because the leaders, and if I'm not mistaken, we've gotten the 1 to green already, right? The pace car, the lights on the pace car are
we're
off.
on 1 to green.
All right, so Purge, pretty quiet start besides the spin. We got Ty Keela, who was making his way through the field, restarting 16th. What do you think of this race so far? Nope.
Beautiful insight there.
All right. Well,
I just want to update real quick. Kurt Bray actually had some technical issues, so he hopped out of the car, went back in, just repaired whatever was
Make
going
sure
on.
you guys have a nice
So
tight
that's why he
line.
had such a long pit
Do
stop.
not bury in the car in front of you.
oh, it makes
In
sense.
line.
All right, here we go.
Start finish line.
Coming back to green here in the Vindy 500.
Mind your gaps.
Yeah, Bill Colley, he's only just now exiting the pits. He's on the back straight. He's going to make the field, I think, but it's going to be close.
You might have a chance to Kyle Busch it. It's going to be very close. Sebe Alexander
Yeah.
off of 4.
Do a little bit check up there in the back
Pa-
before we get it back underway.
Pace car coming in this time. It's going to make a hard right turn across the pit entry line. And here we go. Seb Alexander will lead us back to green. And a good start indeed. Green flag in the air for the Vindy 500 one more time.
Ooh, a 4X further back.
Maybe not. I don't know.
4X, Brian Newell and Leo Delmas.
Oh, caution is out.
Oh,
No.
that's Leo Delmas.
Is Delmas. Leo Delmas facing the wrong way. That left rear is junked. He's going to need a fast repair. That is not good. Caution number 2. Just like that.
Newell and Leo Delmas.
Cautions, breed cautions.
Oh yeah, if you look at Newell and Delmas, you can see there was another huge check up there, right as we were going to green, and Newell actually ran into the back of Leo, there in the 20 car.
So it was
Newell is missing part of his front ring.
we're getting a slow-mo
That could've-
replay now.
That could have been what caused it actually. That he had some contact. Like looked like the car just had no downforce whatsoever.
Yeah, he just spun out completely. As soon as he turned in, no help at all. He looked completely helpless. But Leo Delmas into turn 1 with some major damage here. And now he's in the pits. I would assume he's using the quick repair, but maybe not actually.
Well, yeah, you have to keep in mind that tow time
Oh,
really is the big factor here.
He did get towed back. Okay. I think we cut away before that happened, but if he got towed back, then yeah, that's going to be a good chunk of time missed. Probably a good chunk of laps missed as well. So 2 cautions down in the early stages of this race. So yeah, the quick repair. It is important to note
That's great, bro. Sorry about that.
that
Anyone else?
for those of you not too privy on iRacing, you do get 1 quick repair, which basically will fix any damage you have, so long as you can.
Oh, Aaron Smith.
Oh,
Under yellow, he seemed to have some sort of issue. He said his screen went black, pulled off into the grass, hit the wall actually.
under
Yeah,
caution.
he hit the wall there. It doesn't seem to have much damage, but I think he's gonna have to use his fast repair potentially.
So
Get the
2
tow.
fast repairs. I'm trying to get a replay of it now. Yeah, he just jolted to the left, banged off the inside wall, and I'm assuming he got towed back to the pits. But-
Yeah, it seemed like he pulled to the left there off
I
out of
know
just
that was
safety
a
case.
checkup situation,
Because yeah, his
going
screen
to
went
the
black, so he
verbal
just
one
turned
with
left,
Ryan
made sure he
Newell.
didn't hit anyone.
Avoidable contact. You gotta make sure you
Highly
pay attention.
unfortunate, but not much he could
I-
do about
I
that.
feel like enough time to kind of stop, or not stop, but slow down and avoid the contact.
So 2 early
Just make
cautions
sure you
here.
guys watch your checkups. Going on green flag is theoretically great, but yeah, like Kyle said, don't floor it.
Done,
Slow the car in front of
more
you,
caution
get
laps for
going,
green
just
flag
kinda
laps.
Keep pace with them. Try and stay in line.
Yeah, that
It's a
seems to
long
be the
race.
case as
Be patient.
William Hightower.
And do not jump on people
Aaron
while
Smith said he's
restarting.
racing in
Don't do
the
that.
Oculus. Oh, that's gotta be cool.
Got to be cool until it
That's what I was
disconnects.
saying earlier, stay in line.
That's
You
true,
don't
yeah,
rush
but
them.
it's just like real life. You gotta
Yeah,
blink
so
sometimes, you know.
again, just please
Yeah, I
be
guess so.
patient.
I
Try and match
do
the pace of the
believe
car in
Seb
front of you once we go
Alexander
green.
is also
You have
racing
draft,
in
you have
VR.
plenty of opportunities to pass.
Yeah, Ben Kuhn also racing in VR.
Jesper Orban in the pits. Bill Colley again in the pits. Bill Colley's had a rough start to this race. He's pitted twice already.
Someone confirm my black flag.
Yeah, although he has pitted twice already, I mean, there are still over 150 laps to go left in this thing. 191 to be exact. I mean, it's not over. Still, as long as he doesn't go a few laps down, and even if he does go a few laps down, we've had so many cautions in this short span that I don't think he'd be in too much trouble.
Make sure that that's what it is.
Yeah, he. If you're gonna pit, I guess now would be the best time. Oh, it is an 8-year-old Oculus, according to Aaron Smith. The second.
It's been cleared. Thank you.
8-year-old Oculus racing VR is better than racing Forza.
That's true.
I can agree with that.
All right, Aaron Smith still in the pits, I think, with trying to deal with those technical difficulties. Let's see here. I'm trying to find his name on here. Leo Delmas back out on track.
Leo Delmas surviving. He is running in P20, 2 laps down. But hey, Jacques Villeneuve won in 1995 after being 2 laps down. Maybe he can do the same.
Yeah, and reminder, every single caution, all the drivers get 1 lap back. So 2 more cautions, which we will almost definitely have, and he'll be right back in the sharp end of the field.
Well, here we go. 2 cautions out of the way early.
Remember to mind your gaps.
Coming back to green.
Check up.
Hightower saying, mind your gaps to the drivers. We don't want to check up situation. Green flag back in the air and a good jump for Seb Alexander. He's led every lap so far, and he's going to continue to lead here as they come thundering down towards turn number 1.
Further back, Newell Orman And so yeah, Jesper Orman and Brian Newell having a little bit of a moment. Oh, Newell seems slow in the short shoot. He's being passed left and right.
Yeah.
Lost another position there to who was that? Trying to see what the name was. That was Leo Delmas. 2 laps down, already making moves, trying to get further up the field on track.
Yep, Delmas trying to work his way through the field. A lot of these guys, Ty Keela, we're keeping an eye on him. He's up 7 spots from the start of this race. We've only really done 3 or 4 green flag laps.
Ooh, Rick Raven trying to make a move on Tyler Justice for 3rd.
Tyler Justice holding it around the outside. This top 4 is closing up really quickly to our race leader, Seb Alexander. And Larry Miles is on the tail end. He's borderline in slipstream. I'm sure he'll get a drag down this back straightaway here.
Yeah, he's a little bit in that draft. He's going to be closing in, especially with how they're checking up. Ooh, Tyler Justice inside of Ethan Reed.
Tyler Justice to the bottom of the track with a late lunge into second place. Good on Ethan Reed for reacting to that, giving him the space. That could have been a big incident there.
Now on the inside, nearly contact there. They're getting really close. Ethan Reed's going to have the slipstream.
He is.
So he's going to get the speed, but Rick Raven has that inside line.
And Rick Raven, I would imagine, is going to get into... No, they're still side-by-side off of turn 1. Through the short chute. Through 2. Still side-by-side. Ethan Reed washes up off the racing line and just... Wow, gets in line right behind Rick Raven. So Ethan Reed in 2 laps from 2nd to 4th.
Ben Kuhn appeared to make some sort of contact with the wall. He's had to enter the pits.
No, I'm sorry. You were here too long ago.
Ben Kuhn having an issue. Brian Newell, I think, was apologizing for something. Couldn't quite make it out what he was saying.
Yeah, unsure on that. But Ethan Reed, in the span of a lap, fell from 2nd to 4th.
And he might drop even further because here comes Larry Miles. Larry Miles, longtime Vantage driver, trying to work his way into the top 4 here.
Absolutely, and getting some word now, Aaron Smith, due to mechanical issues, is having to retire early.
Pass for the lead. Tyler Justice, my pick to win, out front. Sid Alexander going to drop back to 2nd. Rick Raven is there patiently waiting in 3rd. But we have a scrap for 1st, and here comes Seb, right back at him, trying to work up the inside, shifts into 6th. He's going to get the slipstream, he's going to get the run, and he's going to get clear into turn 1. Seb Alexander has still led every single lap. I think he's still ahead of him across the line there.
Yeah, he still is. Still leading, but on the exit here, ooh, Tyler Justice not able to get fully down on the exit of 2 onto that apex. But he's going to have the run to the inside. Going to be side by side into 3 here. Rick Raven trying to follow Tyler. And Justice is clear.
He got him.
By the time we enter the short shoot.
Can Alexander fight back again? Look at this. He takes a kind of diamond approach to this corner to avoid the dirty air if he can. And look at this. Another run down the front straightaway. Can Alexander lead this lap as well? No. Finally, Tyler Justice gets it. Ty Keela, by the way, up 12 spots. He's in 9th place.
Yeah, Ty Keela really cooking it here. Notably, these laps are important as there are points for most laps led.
There are, and speaking of points, this is a double points event. So usually the race winner would get 50 points. Today they're going to be getting 100.
And Tyler Justice wants that 100 as he looks to the inside once again in 3.
And he is continuing to lead Seb Alexander. Look at the line from Rick Raven. He's all the way almost in that high line, but he's going to try and get a good run here. Let's go on board with Rick Raven. Down the front straightaway. Does he attack here? Does he back out of it? Tyler Justice and Seb Alexander still going back and forth. And here comes Rick Raven now, trying to make a move for 2nd.
Raven had to back out of it.
Smart.
Unfortunately for Raven and Justice, unless both of these guys can get around him, we're not going to see any new leader because just the pure amount of slipstream we have here. Justice to the inside. Rick Raven following Justice. He's not going to get that crossover, though, in turn 3. He is, though, in 4.
Here we go.
Rick Raven, a little bit of side-by-side action here.
Nope.
He has to back out of it, though.
Alexander will get that slipstream. Although Rick Raven, though, look at the run.
Is he going to go for the inside? Yes, he is. Rick Raven
to the lead.
He
got it.
3rd to 1st.
Great move from Rick Raven and Tyler Justice. Not yet. These guys are fighting like it's the last 10 laps. It's great entertainment, don't get me wrong, but is this the move right now to be this aggressive?
They're
Oh, I know.
definitely slowing each other up. Klendworth is catching up. He was a second down, but now he's getting
Yeah,
in that draft.
Down to 8/10.
Tyler Justice back
And
out front.
Miles is also closing in. Everyone's closing in here to the leaders. Maybe Seb Alexander, now that he's firmly lost the lead as Rick Raven goes for the lead. Seb, I think, is maybe trying to focus more on saving tire, saving fuel. Now that he's lost that controlling pace, that controlling position, he's going to try and work towards getting that control back at the end.
Yeah, he just might be, we could be getting to the part of the race where people want to relax a little bit. Maybe not Tyler Justice and Rick Raven, but everyone behind him. Just settle into where you are, manage your tires, manage your fuel, as Justice retakes the lead there. And you could see maybe Ty Keela as he's actually working on Justin Potts now, up 13 spots. Trying to get into 7th.
Seb Alexander had a little brush with the wall there. Didn't get it register on any of the sensors, but yeah, really right up close to the wall there on exit of 4. Kyle Klendworth, he's caught up to the draft here of the top 5. This has turned into a 6-car fight here.
That it has, with all this jostling of position out front, and Rick Raven still going for the lead, this time to the outside. And he's going
Able
to
to get
clear him. Yes, what a move. Tyler Justice has to settle in, avoid that wall. Yeah, don't count
Just
out.
so the booth is aware, Ty Keela is actually on the best fuel strategy. Since he pit on lap 6, he has the best fuel and he's up to 8. So if he can get his way to the
Make
front,
it
and
7.
be-
Make it 7.
Up
He's
to
around
7th
Justin
now, yeah.
Potts.
if he can get himself to the lead, he will be in the best position of all these leader cars.
So joined maybe an hour ago, hour and a half. Started plumb last because of course he wasn't here to qualify last week. Worked his way up to 7th already. Ty Keela, what a story.
Yeah, and this shows the pace of his teammates. Jesper Orman and Kyle Klendworth. Klendworth, the driver, directly ahead of him on track. Orman having a bit more of a struggling day. He's down in 12th.
He's having a bit of a scrap right now.
Yeah, these rogue racing cars, they are very fast here.
That they are. And actually, Orman's going to send it 3 wide down the front straightaway. This is for 10th place. Got to be careful here. That's Dylan Morante on his outside. That's... Wow, what a move.
Calvin Harvey further back.
Yeah, Harvey behind him. All these guys fighting for position, including the lead.
Morante
Still going back and
nearly
forth.
scraped the wall there, and Morante's trying to fight back here for 10th.
You guys are also having an incredible fight right now. For P's 10, 11, and 12, and Morante getting real privy with the wall there. That might...
Raven, Tyler Justice, side by side for the lead right now. It's been like this for about half a lap, it seems.
And if you're Seb, you're probably just thinking, guys, please, can we just relax for a second? I'm sure Seb, you know, he wants to just sit in line and save fuel. But with these guys side by side in front of him, he's gaining just by sitting back there, and it's kind of throwing a wrench in his plot.
Yeah, and he's trying to hang back. We can see Ethan Reed further back from him, trying to push him on there, get him to, you know, hey, get up, move up to these front cars. I want a chance at that top position.
Absolutely. These guys are really closing in.
Justice has a peek, trying to get in the mirrors of Rick Raven there. All of this, meanwhile, is helping Klendworth get up to the pack. He's now only 2/10 behind Larry Miles, firmly in that draft. Behind him, though, Ty Keela, 4.8 seconds back from this lead pack of the top 6.
He could very well get there, especially with a caution. He has the pace to get there. Like Mark said, with the strategy, he's on the best pit strategy right now. Incredible.
Yeah, that was two-time VPS champion Daniel Michel.
Oh, that was
saying
Daniel.
as
My mistake.
Ben Kuhn around.
Ben Kuhn is
sideways.
around. Off the track, though.
No, Ben Kuhn!
He's off the track. Let's try and get a replay of what happened here with Ben Kuhn. He was running down in 20th. He is 3 laps down. He is having the connection issues. Similar to what we saw earlier, the self-spin off of 2. He locked up. Well, no damage. Just a little bit of
Yeah.
scoring of the tires.
Yeah, he's back up to moving one caution piece easily back in the fold.
Yep, before the race, what I said is definitely coming to fruition. People getting caught out by turn 2. That's definitely where we're going to see most of the wall hits and spinners.
Yeah, definitely. Turn 2 of Indianapolis kind of reminds me of turn 2 at Homestead. You have to take the right approach when exiting the corner, otherwise you run the risk of spinning out, self-spinning, or just messing up the turn. You got to be very intricate when it comes to exiting turn 2 here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, especially when you have a fuller fuel load, maybe dirty air. It's tough. You gotta be careful with that. Side by side for the lead, Rick Raven. Oh my goodness, all the way against the wall. There's Ben Kuhn in front of all these guys. So we're gonna see the first lapped car of the day on track, and it's gonna be Ben Kuhn. Will he play a part?
Something important to know in case you guys are curious, fastest lap, currently Kyle Clenworth, 40.8. Running around 2/10 faster than anyone else here, only driver besides Jace Mayer actually in the 40s. So Kyle Clenworth currently in 6th. He definitely has the pace to challenge for the lead as the top 3 are catching up here to Ben Kuhn.
They are closing quick to Ben Kuhn. What does Ben Kuhn do here? This is going to help Rick Raven. We saw a little bit in the Vindy 150 earlier, and we saw it, of course, in the Indianapolis 500 with Alex Palou utilizing the lapped cars. This could be a similar situation, of course, assuming Ben Kuhn can keep pace in front of Rick Raven, where Rick can kind of use this guy as a pick, maybe to pull him along and build a little bit of a gap.
I mean, that seems to be what he's doing, but the speed differential is just too much as Rick Raven
He's going to have to pass him.
to the inside. Important to note, lap cars don't have to give up position. Ben Kuhn seems to be choosing to do that. Had a bit of a bad line. He's
Blinking bad. Right in front of the leaders. That is not what you want to see.
Definitely not what you want to see.
Off the wall.
And he's into the wall.
He almost did
Ethan Reed up on him. Ethan Reed getting around him easily. Larry Miles, though, it seems he's going to be stuck behind him this time as Seb Alexander's on the inside of Tyler Justice. 4 seconds.
Yeah, Tyler Justice trying to hold on to second. That lapped car gave him a chance. Kyle Clenworth gonna get a good slipstream here. He's gonna be able to close into Larry Miles. And here he comes.
Yeah, he definitely is. I don't think it's gonna be enough to make the pass because his turn 3 is gonna be slightly compromised.
Yeah.
But definitely helps a little bit.
That dirty air with Larry as well. Kind of pushed him back, but he was able to at least keep touch. So they all navigated the lapped car. Ty Keela, by the way, the gap is now down to 4 seconds.
Yeah, he's gaining about 2/10 per lap. The more these guys fight up ahead, the more he's going to catch up.
Up
Absolutely.
14 spots.
He's really moving throughout this field. Rick Raven utilizing Ben Kuhn. Got about a half-second gap, but he's been left out to dry here by his own doing. He should have backed it up to the other cars because now they're going to have a massive run on him down this front straight and the back straight out of 2.
That they are. We'll see what Tyler Justice can do here. He does have a bit of a chance to maybe kind of relax in his own space here. I'm sure that's what Seb wants to see. But I don't know. Knowing Tyler and how he was racing his first 30-odd laps, I think it might be full pelt for Tyler Justice. I think he's going to try and take the lead here as soon as he can.
Absolutely. And currently, Tyler Justice running right around 7 to 8 miles an hour faster than Rick Raven into the corner just due to that slipstream.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage for those of you that don't know how to have slipstream here, but it hurts you in the corners a little bit. You're going too fast. You kind of have to back it off a little bit, kind of have to pick your spots. They're coming up on another lapped car, by the way. I think that's Brian Newell.
That's Brian Newell in the 64 machine.
Oh, dear.
Going slowly, not setting good lap time, really. He's not any laps down presently, but he's about to be.
Yeah, he will be soon. That's Brian Newell running in 18th position. Next up the road is Brian Colley II, who is a good ways away.
Yeah, right around 12 seconds further up the road.
Just look at this. I was going through the field, and Brandon Gass is all on his lonesome. No one behind him, no one in front of him. He's kind of in no man's land.
Absolutely, as Rick Raven goes to the outside there of Newell.
Gets by
Gonna
him.
be able to split the gap there. Justice able to get under him. Seb
Oh.
Alexander. Ooh, Newell got on the wall there. That really hurt Seb Alexander.
That did,
Had
right?
to make some evasive action.
Brian Newell trying not to be in these guys' way. As here comes the likes of Kyle Clenworth.
Clenworth getting around Reed. Larry
Yeah,
Miles
look at
is
that.
getting around Reed.
Ethan Reed with a rough stint there. He goes down to 6th.
Reed started this race second. He's now down to P6.
In the top 3, we have a discernible gap now. 2 separate packs from Kyle Clenworth to Seb Alexander.
And yeah, this is all helping actually Ty Keela. 3.5 seconds now to Ethan Reed.
As he gets past Ben Kuhn now. I think we're all kind of rooting for Taikila. 1, because of the cool name. 2, this last to first challenge he's got going on is oh, Ben Kuhn in the wall. No, that's is that Ben Kuhn? Yes, it is. Hard into the wall.
Oh.
Gotta be careful there.
Is that gonna be yellow?
It's going slowly. There's debris on the track. His wheel,
It does look like it.
while attached,
He managed to pull off to the side, so there might not be.
he's on the
yellow
escape
here.
road. He's on the escape road. Cars are pitting, by the way. Leaders, Tyler Justice and Rick Raven into the pits on lap 37.
Now is the time, especially with a car damaged on track. You're not sure if that caution is going to come out. You might as well gamble here.
Yeah, those two are going for it. Ben Kuhn, he managed to make the escape road, so I think he'll get that fast repair if he hasn't used one. Oh,
Someone blinked. It looked like it was just.
oh, cars around. Kurt Bray in the wall hard on the entry to pit road. Stopped on the track.
No.
Surely that'll be a caution, and it is.
Yep, it is. It is.
Caution is out.
This is so
That is
rigged.
some massive damage there.
Huge hit. He's gonna have to get towed. Yeah, he's gonna lose a big chunk of time here. Kurt Bray. So Ben Kuhn and Kurt Bray, Gas Racing Co., back-to-back incidents within a lap of each other. That's a tough break.
Kurt Bray stated his screen went black and disconnected.
Oh, surely not.
He came back sideways into the wall hard.
Let's take a look to see what happened. By the way,
You're
let's.
not going to be able to see anything
Oh, did
at
he
all.
get?
It's just going to, yeah,
Yeah,
the
it
crash
blinked
happened.
out of existence.
Well, let's give
And then appeared as a destroyed machine.
let's give Tay-Fi her moment's notice. Tay-Fi Artist, caution brought to you by tayfiartist.weebly.com. Use code DRIVE for a special discount on custom art. So, like you guys said, it's just going to be a car gone and a car here. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. You can see him touch the wall there. You can see the smoke and nothing. He's in the wall there. Yeah, big hit. We don't really know what happened, but according to him, his screen disconnected. So,
This is,
interesting.
it's not a huge shakeup. Many of the cars were able to make it into the pits. There's a lot of lap cars, but the leaders will not be at the front. You're going to see Seb fall a few positions back. Larry Miles will fall positions back.
Calvin
Al
Harvey
Clenworth
not pitting.
will fall back.
Oh, wow. Harvey stays out. Ty Keela comes in, so he'll be likely on the same strategy as everybody else. Rick Raven and I think Tyler Justice still cycle to the lead.
Yes, Rick Raven, Justice, both of those were able to get their pit stops completed during that caution. Jace Meyer, Calvin Harvey, Brian Newell has not pit. So we have 4 cars that are going to be cycling here to the front. Everybody else is taking their pit stops right now.
So you're telling me that there's a chance that Brian Newell could lead a lap at the Vindy 500?
Unfortunately, no. He does need to drop for fuel soon, so
His internet, I think, like a hefty one.
not right now.
So lots of drivers
Dreams shattered.
in the pits. Yeah, dreams are out the window. Whoever placed a parlay on Brian Newell leading a lap at the 500.
Yeah, no worries.
Might be over.
Just remember to start blinking, trying to stay out of the way. If it gets too bad, I may have to pull back down pit road. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
Just unfortunate for
Oh no,
Gas Racing. It seems like they have 3 drivers that are not
solid
going
10 seconds. The next thing you know, iRacing hard pulled up notice for a full minute and a half.
Yeah, Gas is the leading driver of that
Coming back for,
trio, and he is 16th a lap down right now.
I got you.
Is Brian Newell not racing for Gasco?
No, he's not.
No, he's a
Oh.
privateer entry, as it were. If I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Great.
Newell now coming down pit road.
Here he comes.
He sits one lap down currently. If I'm not mistaken, or actually,
No, he's
yeah,
on the
he
lead.
will be one lap down after this.
He will be one lap down. Yeah, he's coming down now. Wasn't on the lead lap for a little bit. He's going to get it back. So we're going to have 14 drivers, barring someone else pitting, on the lead lap here. Rick Raven, Tyler Justice will be your top two. And I think, is that Ben Kuhn going to get his lap back?
I think
Here in just a moment, I will be waving all lap cars around. And
Oh,
let
they're
it
going to
go
get waved
bottom of
around
the
here in a
track.
second.
Yep, wave rounds will be taking place here. Here in the Vantage Indy Special League, all cars under yellow will get one lap back.
One single lap back. So no one's more than 4 cautions away. Looks like Ben Kuhn, soon to be 3, from the lead lap. We got Taikila up to 6. Purge, what do you think of this comeback from Taikila?
So being a lap down is not
Well,
a penalty.
I don't know if anyone has
So we're
picked him
clear.
to win the race today, but
When this happens,
I
we're just
certainly
gonna get
hope someone did
waved.
because this
You're
man has
wondering.
gone from last up into
Everybody-
inside the top 10 for a little bit here.
Yeah, he's
I
on
wish
the
I
move.
picked
You
him.
are one or more
Yeah.
lap down.
I wish I
you
picked
will
him,
get,
not just because of his
a
name,
wave
but because
around
of
and a caution.
the incredible performance he's had so far.
Yeah, Tyler Fink, eat your heart out if this guy goes last to first in the Vindy 500.
All right, I just got some info on the Gas Racing Co. It seems like the team is struggling a lot with turn. They're having
Like I
issues
said,
with the
there's only
car,
one lap that's
too
given
tight
back.
on exit, and then snapping loose.
Also, Rick, you still felt like
They're
you're in a
saying that
tornado.
their
I
setup
cannot
unfortunately was
understand
affected by the
By the
change in tire model.
oof.
So, yeah, their cars are a big struggle to drive right now. So
you. Hey, I
they're
can make
trying
up.
to
That's good
salvage
there.
whatever they
That's
have.
better.
Yeah, it is.
That was a big thing Rick and I both pointed out was that tire compound change, putting things into a bit of disarray. No setups are set up for that yet.
Yeah, they had a month of practice or so on the old tire model, and then it changed right before qualifying. So, really, that whole lead up was basically out the window for all intents and purposes. So we're coming to the green this time. Lights are off on top of the pace car. Tyler Justice in second, Rick Raven in first, Seb Alexander in third. That's been the top three for the majority of this race. Then you have Reed,
It
Kenworth,
has, and
Plenworth, and Taikila.
Bill Colley had to make another late pit stop once more. Interesting what his strategy here is, making these pit stops, everyone putting him in last. A couple drivers now back on the lead lap. Colley, Newell, Gas, all getting back on the lead lap. Delmas, Kurt Bray, Delmas and Kurt Bray
One lap
are
down.
going to be
Stay in single
one
file.
lap down, and Ben Kuhn is 4 laps
Straight as you
down.
can.
So,
Justin Potts and Aaron Smith have been your retirees.
so anyone's game so far. Still anyone's game. Pace car coming in here. Rick Raven will lead us back to green here in the Vindy 500. 162 laps to go. And here we go. When does the leader go? Does he wait? Does he wait? Does he go early? And
He's going
there he
out.
goes. Green flag in the air. It's a pretty good jump for the top three. Just like that, we have two separate packs, and we're not even to turn one yet.
Ooh, Brandon Gass has some sort of penalty.
Oh, did he jump the start?
Potentially side-by-side action further back. That's Kurt Bray and Ben Kuhn.
Brandon needs the black flag clear. Then we'll pick up on the caution or in the restart.
And so they're going to clear that black flag for Brandon Gass. Tyler Justice going to the bottom. Into three, takes the lead here on lap 42. New race leader. It is Tyler Justice once again in the top three.
Oh, Ben Kuhn on that restart had
Oh,
contact.
wow.
Lost his front wing. Having to pit.
It's a rotten race for Ben Kuhn. And he's not going to have any more fast repairs, so he's just going to have to sit in the pits for a little while.
Well, reminder, these are open wheel cars, so you do get that front wing change in about 7 seconds. So he's not going to lose too much time, but a little bit.
He will lose a little bit of time, and he'll lose laps. More laps, importantly. Green flag pit
Absolutely.
stops. Here comes Seb Alexander to the bottom for second. Looking to make a move for first. That's a little bit risky. Third to first. Can he do it? Still side by side with Rick Raven. Off of 4. This run to the line. Raven goes to the bottom to chop off the nose.
Look at Tyler Justice on that outside.
Nowhere to go, really. Can he make it stick? Gets by 1. Surely not 2 on the
He's gonna
outside.
do the cut under. He is going to do the cut under.
He tried
Oh,
it.
had to back out of it.
Yeah, nowhere to go.
Yeah, Ben Kuhn exits the pits with a 14-second stop.
Oof. Not ideal, but at least he's still going. Here goes Tyler Justice to the lead again. These guys still jockeying. Ethan Reed right here. Ty Keela. Larry Miles. Jesper Orman, by the way. We haven't said his name a whole lot. He's in on the mix, and in fact, he's going to try and make a move, I think, on Larry Miles here. Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, Orman and Miles. If Orman can get around Miles, that'll put all 3 road racing cars right up to each other. That can be very dangerous. 3 teammates working together.
That would be huge. Absolutely huge. Let's go into the field here. Any closer battles? Casey Keller, Brian Newell is a ways off.
Rick Raven goes to the outside for the lead.
Yeah.
Side by side through 3. Not going to have the run, it seems.
Or is he? Can he make it
4
stick?
Cutting down.
No. Raven's going to go.
Morante and Dylan Morante. Oh, big into the wall there. Dangerous.
Morante, if he can get it stopped. No, the caution is
Full
out.
force yellow.
What happened with Morante? We'll have to go back and see. He's driving
It
backwards
was
now.
Morante and Calvin Harvey.
Caution 4 on the afternoon.
I can say the same thing about you a few times.
Oh, people not happy with each other. Caution is out, brought to you by Tayfi Artist. Oh boy, let's take a look to see what happened here with Dylan Morante and Calvin Harvey. Oh, he was just off the wall. Bounced off the wall, nowhere to go for Harvey. Morante into the wall hard, hard, hard. I don't think he's used his fast repair, but this would be the time to do
I
it.
don't think he has either. No.
Race control, the 89's officially withdrawing. His internet is fucked.
89 out of the
Fully
race.
withdrawing. Thank you guys.
Justin Potts is officially out. Officially, according to his internet, not playing nice.
Very, very unfortunate on that front.
Oh, Purge, I just got a DM from Slay saying that he picked Ty Keela to win this race.
Tequila.
Yeah. After his amazing start. Oh, Purge is muted. It would appear. What is
Big purge to pick Taikita. That's all I'm saying.
No penalty to be assessed on that last caution. That was just unfortunate out in placement.
so no
Dylan
penalties?
Morante electing to retire as well.
Interesting. So he must have used his.
I think he's just angry.
It's possible. He just got a lot of race to go. I'm not sure why. But nevertheless, do we have pitters coming in? Looks like the leader is making his first pit stop of the day. Well, second pit stop, actually, of the day. If I remember correctly from the recruitment races all those months ago, you could go about 30 laps on fuel. And of course, those were a little different.
Yeah, right around that.
And we have had quite a few pit stops and caution periods. So it'll be a little skewed.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be around lap, maybe 30-ish laps, because barring those 2 cautions, when we saw, I think it was, who was it? I think it might have been Rick Raven and a few others pit before Kurt Brake spun out. That was around the 30-lap mark, so it's definitely around that area.
Radio check.
Yeah, it's more or less there.
Gotcha, Kurt. Loud and clear.
But of course, with the pit cycle or the caution cycle, it's going to be a little different. Ben Kuhn just got praise in the chat, said, I aspire to be as committed to anything as Kuhn is to finishing this race. I do. I respect it. He's 5 laps down, 19th place. But you know what? He's not giving up. That's what I love to see.
Taikila apparently had some sort of pit error.
Oh no.
He's down to 14th.
Down to 14th and in the pits again, it would seem?
Do I get waiver?
Is that a drive-through? I think it might have been a drive-through.
No, we're giving waiver rounds.
I'm not sure. But down to 14th, so he's going to have some more work to do. Taikila is going to have to put that, let's be honest, absolute clinic back to work.
Absolutely. I think we are about to get waiver rounds.
Here they go. So Harvey, Bray, Kurt Bray is going to be on the lead lap after a hard smack. It's not over.
You guys are laughing at me for my pick, but I'm telling y'all, Kurt Bray for the win.
Yeah, after he smacked that wall, it seemed like things might have been Jover, but you know what? Never count out Kurt Bray. That's what they always say.
Do they?
Yeah, you don't remember that saying from back in the day?
Back in... Okay.
So it's an old saying. Never
Mine
count
do.
out Kurt Bray.
Mine did, Nico. You're like 50. Elliot is like 2.
That's true. Not everyone was born in 2010. I gotta remember that.
Kurt Bray is 2 years older than me.
That's also true. That doesn't seem real. Those are stats that don't seem real.
I was gonna say I thought Kurt Bray was like in his 40s.
Whoa, what?
Kurt
Respect to
Bray
Kurt
is
Bray.
actually legally 37. I'm
The
just saying.
disrespect there on Kurt Bray.
No, I meant like he's mature. No, I love Kurt,
Kurt
Bray. I
Bray.
would never
Kurt Bray mature.
I would never
Talking
did.
Pause.
I love-
Pause.
Gert
Pause.
Cousins.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this is devolved so quickly.
Welcome to. It took 49 laps before this devolved.
Yeah, it took 57 incident points.
Not bad. That's actually not too bad.
Not
Only.
too bad. Yeah.
Only.
All right.
Well, people are.
Come on back, guys. Come back.
Oh,
So Bray. No, Taikila. What's he doing?
I don't know.
Oh, he's going in front of the lapped cars, I think.
Yeah.
All right, coming to the green, Tyler Justice leading us on a restart for the first time this race. Rick Raven will be right behind him.
I was just about to come across and say I watched the checkups and be patient.
And here we go. Coming to the green flag, and we are racing once again. Tyler Justice leading the way already in the back there. I think that's Jesper Orman trying to make a move in the bottom, and they're getting racy. They're getting very racy. Look at Taikila already with a pass.
Further back, you can see Bill Colley
Oh my goodness.
aiding back.
Something's wrong with Colley's car.
Yeah, something's up with his machine there. Being passed by Ben Kuhn now.
Brian Newell, 3 wide on the bottom. He's having a bad restart. Rick Raven's in the lead, by the way, but we're watching all through this field. Brandon Gass up to 10th. Jesper Orman in front of him in 9th. Clenworth, here comes Seb Alexander. He was down in 7th on this restart. Looking to make it 6, getting past Brandon Stetton. Taikila. No, excuse me, that's not. That's Leo Delmas and Brandon Gass. Who is that? No, it was Taikila getting past Brandon Gass. Up into 10th.
Taikila, Jesper Orman, and Kyle Clenworth all in a line now. We're about to see the teamwork.
Yeah, here comes the teamwork. Brandon Stanton is dropping like a brick on this restart. I don't know if he's got just a slower gear ratio or something, but this restart, similar to what we see with Bill Colley, it's been dropping back like crazy here.
He absolutely has. Taikila now getting around Brandon Staten. Approaching
Here he comes.
Jesper Orman.
Up into
I wonder,
P9.
are Clenworth and Orman going to slow down a little bit and let their teammate catch up in case he doesn't have that slipstream currently?
I don't think you need to slow down for Taikila. He's fast enough. He'll do it himself. All eyes on Taikila. We found a new person to glaze here in the Vantage iRacing League.
Absolutely have. It's Taikila.
Yep, move over, Daniel Michelle. It's over.
Friendship ended with Daniel Michelle.
Now
Best
friends with Taikila.
Taikila.
Someone make that meme.
Yeah, it's like that with
got
that
you.
one gift from Toy Story 2. I don't want to play with anymore, and he just dropped Woody.
Oh yeah, that's us with Daniel Michelle.
Unbelievable.
It's Jover, I'm afraid. So racing continues here in the Vindy 500. Tyler Justice is your leader. Taikila, the man on the move. If you're just joining us, he started plumb last. Would have been 21st on the grid. Worked his way as high as, what was he, 6th at one point?
Yeah, he got up to 6th. Currently sitting at 9th, but the 2 cars ahead of him are his teammate Jess Warman and Kyle Glenworth, and their alliance car, Seb Alexander, in 6th.
Yeah, he's ahead of them.
They're all talking in communication right now.
They'll all be working
6th
together.
through 9th.
A 4-car tandem is absolutely lethal in a race like this. They can easily manipulate their way to the front of this pack.
Especially a 4-car tandem involving pole sitter Seb Alexander. He's moving through the field like crazy. Ty Keela.
Yeah.
And Jess Warman and Kyle Glenworth, who, keep in mind, probably share the same setup as Ty Keela.
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
is exactly what Rogue Racing wanted.
I think I heard someone smack the wall back here.
Not seeing anything on the race sensors.
Interesting. Clouds over the track now as Leo Delmas and Calvin Harvey and Brandon Stanton all kind of fighting in a line here.
I think I know what it was. It appears that the Clio's engine blew up.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I heard something.
The engine on the Clio has blown up. Kind of unfortunate there for the official Vindy 500 pace car.
Jace Meyer trying to work up the inside, but Seb Alexander got past him. Now here comes Glenworth and Orman and Ty Keela. Jace Meyer is in a bad spot right now. He's about to be in a lot of trouble.
That he is. Jace Meyer not having the results he's wanted all season, hoping to change things around in the 500. Kept his nose clean so far, but he's got some very fast race cars behind him.
That he does. Yeah, he's been really good in qualifying for the most part. Same with Gail Rolls, who isn't here, but Gail Rolls over the season has not been able to get those results.
Yeah, looking at Glenworth and Orman, you can see Orman just backing it off right as he approaches Glenworth, utilizing that draft, utilizing that slipstream, saving some fuel.
Brian
and
Newell.
Also, this is allowing
Brian Newell is around. On the track, no one's around him. We stay green.
We stay green. He has some big suspension damage.
He's not going to be able to turn. Where are the leaders? They're coming down to turn 1.
Oh man, this is gonna get
That's 3.
Ooh.
Entering 3. Sorry, that is turn 1. Brain's going crazy here.
Brian Newell's going to have to get... Here come the leaders in the background. Can he get to the escape road in time? He bypasses the escape road.
Oh no.
This could be a caution here.
This could be really bad if he doesn't get out of the way. Here comes the leaders.
He's gonna LePage them.
Zooming into turn 3. Brian Newell. Oh, he got into the escape road.
Told to get off track.
That was a terrifying moment.
Well, that might be my night.
Let's go back and see what happened with Brian Newell. This was Newell into 1. Did he do a self-spin off of 2 again? He had the dirty air from Bill Colley up ahead. Ooh, hard into the wall on the exit of 1.
Yeah, it was off of 1 before he even got into 2. Had some dirty air, seemed off Bill Colley, slammed to that wall hard. Looked bad there.
It was really bad. So Brian Newell, his day could be done. I'm not sure if he used his fast repair doubter yet or not. But
Actually could have. Kyle Glenworth looked to the inside of Jace Meyer just now. Meyer able to hold things ahead, but you're starting to see some.
oh, caution is out. It's Calvin Harvey
and Brandon Staten.
And what happened with the 18? Brandon Staten, you said, was involved as well. Yes, he is. Oh,
ooh, there's some big hits I'm seeing right now.
Caution is out. That's number 5, I think, brought to you by Tayfai Artist. Let's find out what happened with Calvin Harvey on track as we go back live here. Middle of your screen. Oh, I think they're trying to make a move on each other. Was there enough space? This was into turn 3. Did he just run too high? Oh, slight contact. That's all it took. Both into the wall very hard. Just a slightest bit of touching. Slightest bit of touching.
Yeah, you have to be careful here on these cars when trying to make that outside pass. We outlined it here in the drivers meeting. Hey, you watch out for this. Seems like this is the first time we've seen it cut out. Bad luck there for Calvin Harvey. He was also involved in that last caution there with Dylan Morante.
He was, yeah. Wrong place, wrong time twice.
I feel like I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if the admins will actually penalize will penalize Harvey on that one because he seemed to instigate that.
Yeah, he might have. Drivers coming in. Tyler Justice from the race lead is into the pits. We got to go
I think
Clendy in the
this
chat.
would be race over, by the way, for Calvin Harvey. This would be his second wreck, and the last one he did use.
Yeah,
the last
I think that is race over there for Calvin Harvey.
It could be,
Casey
yeah.
Keller staying out.
He's going to take the lead.
So is Brian Newell.
All right, after reviewing the incident,
Let's hear.
there'll be a verbal warning for Calvin Harvey for avoidable contact. In that situation, you
So
kinda
just
gotta
a
fall
verbal warning for
in line, make the pass at a later time.
Calvin
I know
Harvey,
he
who's
probably
in the
got his
pits.
tight slowed up a little bit, but you just kind of you gotta watch out for those kind of things.
Brandon Stanton still going. Looks like he had that one fast repair. So 60 laps in, guys. Only 60 laps in, and we've seen a lot of drivers use their fast repair already.
We absolutely have, but notably, based on what I've seen, the top, sort of the top 10,
Sucks, William. They gave me fuel for no reason.
Kurt Bray experiencing more pit crew complications. He must have the same crew from the Vantage Pro Series as he can't catch a break.
Turn on, just in case.
I knew my prediction was gonna be right, so they're breaking this.
Yeah, they got the script.
We're 60 laps, nearly 60 laps into this thing. That equates to a good chunk of miles. I'm going to do the math real quickly, see how far along we are in this race, but over a fifth of the way, over a fourth of the way. We are a third of the way into this race, basically.
Not bad. We got some more cars coming
Calvin, I see
in.
that it gave you a wave around that you could use to stay at the back of the field. As the cause of the caution, you are not eligible for a wave around, but the button that I use can't really tell that. So if you could stay at the back of the field when everybody.
So I did get a
back
question
around,
from
I'll clear the
DMs.
black flag to show it for anybody.
It was mentioned that we are going to be having a, how can I say this? A paint scheme voting contest. Fan favorite wins $25.
Yes, we are.
The fans would like to know where they can go to vote for that. And I know the it's not quite up yet, but it will be done post-race.
Coming right around Tuesday or Wednesday, once people have time to send in their official paint scheme graphics, we'll also be taking some ourselves if drivers can't. There will be a form to fill out with some voting on it. A good old multiple choice here. You vote for going to be your top three to five. I haven't decided on that entirely, and yeah, those three will whoever has the most leading votes, they get a couple bucks thrown their way.
25 big ones, as it were.
Do I stay where I am or do I drop to the end?
So Tyler Justice will come back to green. Who are your guys' favorite paint schemes of this race so far?
So just do what our racing tells you.
I mean, I'll have to go with
I
mine.
drop me to the end for entering pits under so.
What does that mean?
My paint scheme from Farm America was so good. I'm entering it into this race actually.
Yeah, that's not how it works, buddy.
It's, dude, I'm making it work. But in serious terms, I would have to go with I
pace
think it
cars
was
in.
Oh.
Brian Newell, the Napa car.
Green flag in the
Or
air.
green.
Tyler Justice.
Ethan Reed
Look at
in
this.
second currently. He made some moves in the pit lane.
He did. Good jump, by the way, as well.
Brian Newell, by the way, forgot to put numbers on his car. Just FYI.
Okay, interesting Brian Newell tactic there.
Something going on with Brandon Sand here. He has a black flag of some sort, and he seems to he's fallen like 3 seconds immediately on the start.
I think that was related to his... I'm not sure, actually. As we see a
Yeah,
move for the lead.
Tykeela making it around Leo Delmas.
Oh, Kurt Bray in the wall!
That's Kurt Bray.
Does he have damage?
No!
Does he have
Very
damage?
good avoidance there for Tykeela.
Black flag, is that the passing under yellow?
Yes, sir.
Kurt Bray going slowly. Does he not have damage from that? That is shocking if he doesn't.
I'm gonna do some investigating here, try and see if I can see anything. I'm not actually seeing any damage.
Yeah, Kurt Bray, his car somehow looks just fine.
incredibly lucky.
That he is. Let's go on board with Tyler Justice. Second place, fighting for the race lead here on lap 63.
If you notice, this lead pack, it's grown to 8 cars now. Keep in mind that after that first restart, it was only 3. Now it's up to 8.
That it is. Yeah, anyone can really challenge here, as Jace Meyer in P8 is the tail end. Taikila and Brennan Gass might be going at it soon for P9. And here he goes, Taikila making another move, trying to get into the top 10, up the inside of Brennan Gass into turn 3, and he gets him there.
Yeah, Taikila up to 9th, and now he can chase down this lead pack, and we could see the entire top 10 fighting in the pack.
They could. Maybe even Leo Delmas could get in there. Leo Delmas, by the way, had a kind of crummy qualifying. Did a couple of runs, none of which were, competitive or...
None of which came to fruition, really.
Really, yeah. But he is running in 11th here with a chance to maybe get into the top 10.
I've made a small addition in the broadcast.
What does that mean? Uh-oh.
I'm scared. Oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever.
Where are we looking here?
Look at the chat for the broadcast booth.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Oh my.
They can't keep letting Ty get it. Look at this. Hang on, this is gonna sound like favoritism.
You're
but
about to
look
say
at
something.
look at. Well, I was gonna say, look at Taikila. He caught up to this pack on pure pace. He was behind Brandon, who is. I mean, my goodness.
Brandon falling off. Yeah, it seemed Brandon. Even though
check
Brandon
the-
Gass has been having some tire struggles, and Taikila, I'm presuming, is pushing it a lot more than these guys here, trying to stay with the pack. But I mean, he's caught up to Jace Mayer quite quickly. Had a bad turn 3 initially.
Taikila has been
I mean,
on a tear this entire race. He's been flat out the whole time. I don't think Taikila has saved 1 ounce of fuel or 1 second of tires, nothing like that. Just full pelt the whole race.
He
I wonder
just
if that's
put a
gonna come back-
40.7.
Ooh, my goodness, he is flying. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite him later in this race, though.
It
Yeah,
could.
he just did a very fast lap.
Here he comes again.
Currently, the fast lap is held by his teammate Jesper Orman, a 40.6.
He's going to try and get a good run here on Jace Meyer. Nothing doing that time. But he's got the speed. All these guys, all very, very close. Speaking of close, Rick Raven has Tyler Justice all over him. And in fact, here he comes. Tyler Justice looking for the race lead.
Only 2,000 separated them at the line.
That was very
Into
close.
Turn 1. Tyler Justice takes the position.
He got him.
Taikila up in 8th.
Oh my God.
And now all he has ahead of him right now, next up he has ahead of him, his teammates.
teammates.
Orman and Clenworth.
Yeah. Tyler Justice and Rick Raven still going back and forth. This has been a beautiful dance for these two. This is one of the best battles of the whole year, period. Could that be a Vantage Award nominee that we're seeing in real time?
Potentially.
You have to be getting a little bit frustrated if you're Seb, though.
Oh, absolutely. Surely, right? At this point in the race, it's been nearly 70 laps consecutively of these two just battling back and forth like it's the last lap.
Yeah, we're nearly halfway through this race, and there's still no sign of no real consistent leader.
There isn't yet.
I don't know, guys.
Even after every pit stop, they continuously meet each other. It's continuously these 3.
Why is it always you 3? And it's
I don't know. If I were Alexander, I'd be a little. I'd be kind of more on the side of continue battling because they might take each other out, and then who else is going to be my competition if the 2 best cars take each other out?
That's true.
That just leaves me.
So Taikila has caught up to the draft of his teammates.
My goodness.
I guess it does depend on how much pace Alexander is really saving here, or whether he's actively being slowed down.
I feel like he's saving a good little bit here.
Oh, yeah, he could absolutely be up there with these guys if he wanted to. He's just choosing not to, I think.
As Rick Raven goes to the inside once again, makes the pass there on Tyler Justice.
And they're just going back and forth. They're not really fighting too hard, though. They're just kind of swapping spots. It almost looks orchestrated at this point.
Yeah, I think it might just be for like drafting purposes. It's easier to just pass the other guy than to sit behind him.
Here comes
Keep
Seb.
that momentum up.
Seb having a look. Kyle Clenworth
Backs
also
out of
having
it.
a look. Kyle Clenworth is not backing out though. Oh, Larry Miles chops off his nose.
Yeah, how to do it at the last moment there. This is going to allow Orman to close right up to him. Larry Miles
Not happy.
holding, not really not happy, just sort of making fun of Kyle Clenworth there,
Gotta be more decisive.
taking him on a little bit.
That's what he said. I
I
feel
feel like Larry Miles might have to eat those words here in a short time.
I feel like that could age really poorly if someone tries to send it up his inside and doesn't back out.
This can
Oh, for
age
sure.
very poorly.
I won't hit you, I promise.
I won't hit you, I promise, says Kyle Clenworth. Those two having a little bit of banter. Newell? Problem with Newell. Brian Newell into the wall on the inside of, I think that's turn
That's turn 2.
2.
Sorry, turn 4. That's actually, no, sorry, that's the exit of 3. Correction on that one.
He's getting a
You
toe.
stay green, able to clear it out of the way in time.
Yeah, he's done for. I think Brian Newell's officially going to be out of the
Hit
race.
The outside wall of the short shoot. Ooh, big hit into the left side. Yeah, he's out of this thing. That car is completely stricken.
That's identical, kind of, to his previous incident.
Absolutely is. As Tyler Justice takes the lead.
These three. Call me crazy, but I think it's going to come down to those three when it's all said and done. Justice, Raven, and Seb Alexander.
Well, I mean, we aren't counting out. We can't count out Ty Keela yet.
Yeah, that's true. We just casually skipped over 5 drivers straight to Taikila.
We can't count out Ty. I mean, he's up 14. He's up
13?
how many spots now?
13 now, but he's
Like-
gone to the back as well again. So really,
Yeah, he's gone to the back. He's moved up and down the field the entire way through.
it's just very impressive to see. I think the top, well, besides the leaders, everyone from second on back, I think they're starting to settle in now a little bit. Oh, caution is out.
Oh, yep. Caution.
What?
Who's it for? What is it?
I don't see anyone.
Kurt Bray, maybe?
Upside down car.
Where?
Just kidding. Prank.
Franked. I don't see a caution.
I think this might have been an error.
What happened here? There's nothing.
Welcome back, NASCAR. Phantom cautions.
That was not meant to be thrown.
Wow.
Oh, an error caution.
Chalk it up to debris then. Man,
There was a fan streaking across the track. I saw it with my own 3 eyes.
There was a baby on the track. I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, there we go.
Oh, the baby's back. And this is. They accuse us of scripting all the time,
Yeah, well, you
not
see
helping
that
the
baby out there
allegations.
for.
No, never. Vantage script. Vantage scripted.
Yeah, he was crawling back too, man. I'm telling you.
Baby was faster than you, Usain Bolt. When he gets over, I tell you.
Can safe surrender Jacob Hoskins?
Oh, they're
Is he in here?
Jacob Hoskins just got. Leave it to Vantage to slander Hoskins when he's not even in the race. Leave it to Kurt Bray, specifically.
Absolute pack watch for Jacob Hoskins.
Yeah, for no reason as well.
Yeah, it's warranted.
Warranted. All right. Well, caution. I think 6 on the day. That one was a phantom caution. Let's go ahead and take, dare I say, a commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. Challenge for the win. Gonna get alongside him. Off of 4. They touch. They touch. Drag race to the line. Could it happen again? Photo finish. Yes. Daniel Michelle. What a finish. Go for it. For the lead,
Oh my
3
goodness,
wide.
3 wide in turn 3.
Run to the line, they're wrecking. Side by side, who got it? Side by side, right to the line. Who's it gonna be? G for CP, and CP edges him out. Nelson Bigham go the long way, and he does it. They touch. Does he hold on to it? Yes.
Close. But here comes Smitty! Smitty on the bottom! Here he comes! To the line, who is it gonna be? It is gonna be Mike Tyson!
The fireworks are going off on and off the track. Cuts the corner, does RBN. They touch again. A drag race, side by side. And here we go. The photo finish. Let's go ahead and take a look at the power ranking.
Yes!
So,
Sup, fuckers. I use math to make shit go fast.
gonna be a sitting duck here. There goes VNB, around the outside, up the middle, trying to get 2 for the price of 1, trying to get 3 for the price of 1, and he does! VNB in the 4th! Back from commercial, breaking news, Taikila was out. Apparently he's back now though, but I don't see him on track.
Yeah, he hasn't fully reconnected yet. He hasn't gotten back in the car, it seems. He's gonna fall laps down, it appears, though.
Interesting. So
that's
Taikila
gotta
in
suck.
huge trouble.
If you're on the lead lap, stay behind the pace car.
The racing gods knew he was set to win, so they decided to give him a little misfortune. That's gotta suck.
Looks like,
Especially, well, I wouldn't say this late, but we're getting towards the halfway point, and that with those laps closing down, it's gonna be harder for him to have a little bit of a comeback here.
that it is. Taikila still not connected. Oh no. Oh no. Fan favorite. In trouble.
I'm gonna do a stop.
Hey, don't speak for me. I'm Kurt Bray all the way.
Oh, that's true. Taikila's back. Let's see when he rejoins. How far down is he? It's gotta be at least 2 laps, right?
7 laps.
Hey, I'm probably a lap down. My stuff is connected. I know everyone got the wave. Possible. Can I get the wave right now?
1 lap down is Taikila. He only lost 1 lap. He's gonna get the wave
I
around.
don't know if he, yeah, I was gonna say, if I were the admins, I would definitely let him get a wave around. That's gotta suck. Something out of your control.
We let go for out here.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So Taikila
Yep.
was back. Oh my goodness. That's what happened, by the way. Fans asking in the chat. He did disconnect.
That's not good.
Wow. Whoa. What's going on here? Okay. People are just going slowly. I got a bunch of notifications that people were wrecking. They're just going slowly.
He's manifesting a big one.
We might have a big one. We haven't had a big one yet. We've had a couple single cars.
I was gonna say it's mostly because the entire top 5 have been pulling away extraordinarily well, and no one's really being that aggressive. To the point where we not even. Usually by now I'd put it into a flip watch category. You know, yeah, flip watch, but not even that. Everyone's seemingly playing it smooth. Maybe if we get past 150, we'll go into flip warning.
Alright guys, mind your gaps on the restart.
For now, it's
Remember, be
calm
patient.
skies.
If there
Is
black
there a
flags,
storm on the
people
horizon?
in
That's the
whole
question.
iRacing mishap, get the wave around, I will clear them.
Amazing news. It appears
Our goat.
Taikila back on the lead lap.
I
Taikila,
say we give him first place for this.
he's so good that he could take a lap off and still be on the lead lap. That's
So
how
we just give this race to him right now.
this is the if Taikila really wants to preserve his Vantage legend, he'll never race again after this.
He will never
Oh,
do
yeah.
a race start again, or he'll just go at a track he knows really well and just whoop everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now he's got crazy lore status. He's up there with Ricardo Bernal, I think.
Ricardo Bernal making a comeback
And Jack
here.
Oldenburg.
And Jack Olden.
Oldenburg made multiple starts.
It was his
No,
own.
he's a
if
legend.
I-
Though. He's a legend.
Me,
He is a legend.
me if I stopped at Bahrain.
That's so real.
I can throw out deep cut Vantage drivers that none of you know.
Here we go. Green flag in the air. Don't mean to cut.
Howard Green again.
Don't mean to cut you off there, but we are racing Rick Raven,
go ahead.
Seb Alexander, Ethan Reed. Tyler Justice is nowhere to be found. Where's Tyler Justice? He was up here. Now he is
Yeah, the thing I
Down in
noticed with
fifth.
this restart is the top 5 didn't get as good of a jump this time.
No.
Yeah,
You see them break away.
Tyler
Actually,
Justice
with
missed his pit box
Oh,
under that
wow.
last
Man.
yellow.
That's huge.
If you notice, Seb Alexander caught right after Rick Raven, but's holding behind him. He's still trying to save fuel, save tire.
Yeah.
Tequila already up 1 position, already up, nearly up 2.
Tequila watch. We need a separate stream that's just like, you know how IndyCar has the Paddle Award and it's just his point of view? We need to do that for Tequila. Here comes Jesper Orman.
Tequila cam.
We do.
Tequila making around. Who is that? That's
Bill
Ben Kuhn
No,
left
Ben.
car.
Yeah, Ben Kuhn. By the way, Ben Kuhn only 2 laps down now. He was down 5 earlier.
Jesper Orman getting around Kurt Bray.
On board with Jesper Orman. Trying to get past Bratage. Oh, Kurt Bray with the run on the outside. That straight line speed. But he forgot to
Look at
turn.
Tequila.
Yeah, here comes Ty. Ty versus Kurt, a battle of the Vantage legends. Whoa,
Jesper
Kurt.
getting around Brandon Staten.
We got lots of battles going on here.
Calvin.
Look at Calvin Harvey shooting to the inside of Kurt Bray. Pause. Into the inside of Kurt
me?
Bray.
Oh, Tequila right around Brandon Staten quickly.
Look at this. Up to 12th. I think it was 16th on the restart.
Larry Miles throwing shade at everyone, it appears.
Miles is getting impatient up here. Tyler Justice trying to get by him. I don't think going around the outside of the short shoot is going to... Whoop. Is he making me eat my words right now? Tyler
He is,
Justice
I think.
with the grip.
And
Look at
wow.
this.
Yeah, he cleared him. That was incredible.
Clenworth as
Larry
well.
Miles
just ate his words.
not 1 but 2.
Careful what you wish for, Larry Miles. You might just get it. And he did. Miles down to 6th.
Yeah, that was super odd. Out of turn 4, he lost not 1 but 2 spots, and he's at risk of falling out of the draft now.
Larry Miles caught off guard that his words, his actions have consequences.
Then here comes Tyler Justice. Caution is out.
Oh.
Caution is out.
17's are
It's 93, it's Ben Kuhn.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Ben,
is it 93?
Ben Kuhn.
Oh, that's a big hit.
No.
What happened here? Well, hang on. Let's give
Oh,
tape file.
man.
Caution.
GPS
Oh,
pack
just
watch.
straight into the wall.
Oh, goodness.
We've had a couple already.
Caution brought to you by Tayfly Artist. iRacing. Let's go. Here's Ben Kuhn. I think he was blinking in and out. That he was, yeah.
That
we
was
didn't-
No,
Oh, off the wall though.
Nasty hit. Yeah, it was a nasty.
Oh,
that's gotta
my
be some
goodness.
right there. Insane
Better be
whiplash.
on lights now, otherwise
Need
it's gonna be
the-
too late. They
The
don't start
medical
calling.
car stat.
He's got an iRacing concussion, an eye concussion.
Yeah, he
and
does.
Ben Kuhn has officially, after that, retired from the vet. From the
No.
He has to be a bit dizzy from that spin. That was a very, very
Absolutely.
fast one.
Imagine that in VR.
Yeah.
Will have to be airlifted.
Funeral for Ben Kuhn will be held on Monday morning.
We're not tow car. We don't have airlifts.
Yeah, we gotta walk him over to the hospital.
He doesn't have insurance.
Something just happened with Rick Raven. I'm not
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Where is Raven?
just kind of looked like he's locked up. Something.
Up going that slow? No.
Oh, just wheel
I
disconnect.
don't know.
What just happened there with Rick Raven? Everyone's kind of
Just full
confused.
loss.
Yeah, like some sort of mechanical error.
I think he wants a challenge, so he's gonna start in the back, go
Oh.
toward
Here
like
we go. Rick Raven with a late commit to the pits. Top 4 are in.
Seb Alexander in, Ethan Reed in.
Kyle Clenworth cycling
No,
to the
I-
lead.
You know what I just realized we haven't
wire.
talked about?
Delmas?
We have not talked about the attenuator, the pit wall.
That hasn't.
We're talking about big ones. We're talking about flips. Well, what if someone spins out at a turn 4 and hits that pit wall?
It's true.
That would
They
be
would
bad.
never do that. That would never
Like-
happen.
In
There's
Vantage.
the
Max
first time for
Verstappen.
everything. I was just say, yeah, it's Vantage. Anything's kind of.
Look at Brandon Gass there, completely blowing by his pit box,
Oh no.
and we're 3 wide off pit exit.
What are these guys doing? Oh my goodness. So
Seb
aggressive.
Alexander,
Larry
Larry
Miles.
Miles
Larry
wins
Miles.
the race on pit road.
He's gonna cycle. I think that's the net lead.
Yeah, everybody else stayed out.
We have some pretty big names up front. Leo Delmas, by the way,
Only 98%.
P3. Calvin Harvey,
Look now,
P5.
Kurt Bray. inside the top
Kurt
10.
Bray on the lead lap inside the top. I think top 10.
So
Dog called me crazy.
Rodent Racing currently sits 2-3.
Look at them go. Gale Rolls, this one's for you.
I have curated another meme.
Oh no.
I say we show these memes on the broadcast while we're on.
Yeah, should we start showing these on broadcast?
Oh my god.
So we don't leave people in the dark. You know what I mean?
I'll do the.
We need to.
I'll do them in order.
Yeah, we'll get
Alright,
them in order.
Oh.
But we gotta.
We'll do
We'll do a little show and tell. We'll show it on screen and then Mark explain it.
So I'm gonna let's see. Okay, so we're still under caution. This is friendship over with Daniel Michel. Now Taikila is my best friend.
I'll let us know when. I'll let you guys know. Oh, by the way, we are 1 green, so we will have to expedite this.
Oh, that's fine.
See, this
glorious process.
is why I make the meme recaps.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This is amazing.
And now let's bring up why is it always you three? There it is.
These are great.
Vantage specific memes. Throw these on the non. I'm just gonna give Mark control of the out of
Yeah, I was
context.
gonna say, yeah, out of context page.
All right, coming to green this time. Welcome to
Very
Vantage.
disappointing. No Fortnite IndyCar schemes. It's very, very disappointing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a Fortnite IndyCar crossover.
Just give me a year, and I'll put on whatever sponsors anybody wants on. I'll be the.
Give us Stingray Rob in Fortnite.
Yeah, in Fortnite.
Next,
Hell yeah.
next
I would
year,
love
wanna
that
join your
Fortnite.
team, Purge?
Would love the Craig 90 with Stingray Rob.
Taikila in Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Remember, guys, Vantage Fortnite night tonight.
Oh,
After
Oh, I'm winning that.
The Vindy 500.
oh, we got Blue
Oh,
Brother
say,
in the
you
chat.
Yeah!
Hey!
Hi, Blue.
To keep gaps close and be patient.
No,
Well,
perfect
those fun
idea.
things
You
are
know the Max Verstappen 24 hours of Nürburgring, where he had all the memes pasted on
his car?
Yeah.
If we do
That's what I'm running for Vindy next year.
that, oh, that'd be great actually.
Alright.
Vantage memes coming back to green.
Glenworth leading us away for the first time. Big jump there from him. Jace Mayer
Great start.
and Leo Dunn was getting caught out.
Dare I say that's
Let's
the
see what's like when these guys are leading here.
Dare I say
Have-
that's the
all
best
the
restarters.
normal leaders.
Big one
Normal leaders
incoming.
are in 8th.
Yeah, I was gonna say, big one is incoming. I can feel it now.
Rick Raven.
Look at this here. 8th through 15.
Oh my goodness, they're all so close.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is probably the closest we've seen a pack all day. Ooh.
Larry Miles trying to get up there. He's trying to get past Brendan Stanton, Rick Raven, and Seb Alexander behind him. Those are the three basically top drivers right now. I think the net. Here comes Rick Raven.
Sending it deep.
Around the outside. 3-1. Surely not.
One around.
Kurt
One car.
sideways around.
Oh, wow.
my goodness.
Caution. It is
Ethan
Kurt
Reed.
Bray. It is Kurt.
Ethan Reed also caught in something.
Ethan Reed as
Dead.
well. Oh my
roller
goodness.
coaster
Pretty sure
of
Kurt Bray was on his side
emotion
for a
for
second,
Bray.
I think he might have been on his
Was there
side.
another mistake,
Someone was
or-
on their side, I think.
Caution is out. Yet again. Let's see what happened with Kurt Bray. Well, with Ethan Reed first, actually. Because I'm sure it was
Look at
related.
that.
Caution, that's an out of
We also-
caution.
We also need to definitely look at what happened
my
there
goodness.
with
Yeah, that's a high speed hit.
Kurt Bray. Let's go
He
on.
might be dead.
Let's go on board with Burt
ooh,
Bray.
Ethan Reed, yeah, getting caught out by Kurt Bray.
Kurt, I think he just ran out of grip. He got dirty aired into the wall. Yeah, nowhere to go. Super unfortunate. Ethan Reed, wrong place, wrong time. Nowhere to go.
Let's take a look at that 3 wide moment. Larry
Yeah, I was
Miles,
gonna say, they split by Star Car, which was really impressive.
Rick Raven, Larry Miles, and Brandon Staten.
I'll second that.
That was, yeah, in the middle, by the way. In the middle of turn 3. Shocking. Look at this.
Kurt Bray got some air, but we didn't get a flip yet, so.
Brendan Stanton. Let's go. I'm going to go on board with him.
Yeah, look, if you go on board with him, a car jumps to his inside, then immediately to his outside.
Has to be a little bit nerve-wracking being in the middle.
Absolutely. Especially if he probably didn't see it coming. He was
Yeah,
at
suddenly
the
there's a car on his
apex.
inside and outside.
Whoa! Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible. Slay in the chat asking if we think that's it for Kurt Bray now.
I'm presuming
Better
it
not
is.
be.
I'll be honest. It might be.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know, Jim.
It's Brover.
I think it's Brover.
Yeah, it could be,
Might be
bro.
racing with
It
hand
could be
controls at this
Brover.
point. I don't think his legs are
His legs are functioning.
functioning.
Jelly. Just a bunch of jello down there.
So this leaves Brandon Gas, the only gas racing company car left in the race.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Oh, you guys just jinxed him. 5-person commentator curse is gonna go absolutely crazy.
He's gonna fly out of the track now.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
get like
gonna,
caught
like-
up in. Brandon Gas is gonna get caught up in like 9/11-2 now. 'Cause-
Alrighty, we went there.
Some final destination stuff going on.
Final destination was just commentary curse.
I'm gonna fly into stands, take out like
How does
87.
Kurt Bray affect LeBron James' legacy?
That's what I want to know.
It's a good.
How does
It's
it,
a good.
How does it affect his legacy?
How does it affect LeBron? I think like it strengthens it because now Kurt Bray has one less illustrious result to gain.
That's true.
You can't win them all. You can't win them all.
Of all my rankings currently, because Kurt Bray has crashed out, LeBron is higher on my list than Kurt Bray.
LeBron's never DNF'd a Vindy 500, mind you.
LeBron has never DNF'd in the Vindy 500.
Just saying, guys. Kurt Bray and LeBron have the same amount of F&F wins.
Also true.
True. Also
Friday
true.
Night
So yeah, it
Funkin'?
just goes on to the
Big.
Vindy 500.
Did someone just say Friday Night Funkin'? Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
You
That
can
is-
imagine who that was.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You guys miss the old days when we had some good
The
good
old
old
days.
classic names here. The old days of the beginning of the Vantage Pro Series. There's names in here that none of you know of.
The old days of 10 months ago.
The old days of 10 months ago, yes.
I miss
I know,
Ricardo
Miss the
Bernal.
old days of Jack Oldenburg domination.
I know drivers
back.
who only made one start in Vantage and at the first ever Vantage Pro Series race.
I wasn't
Giving a
in
shout
there.
out to Kai Lewis.
Dude, Kyle Lewis.
Kai Lewis, yeah. 44 car, got crashed out by Brian Newell. That was
Rest
a
in peace,
fun
Jacob
one.
Hoskins. He's always in our memories.
Never
you
know.
know?
Rest in
I think we
peace,
should
Jacob
take a lap,
Hoskins, absolutely.
take a lap of memoriam.
Is that the new happy
I
birthday,
lo-
Ethan?
Yeah, the amount of times he's wrecked or gotten
Speaking of,
someone wrecked.
You guys are reminding me of that.
speaking of, isn't his birthday today?
It is actually
Happy
Ethan's birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ethan. I think we
Happy
should all say
birthday,
happy
Ethan.
birthday to him.
We should all sing happy birthday.
Sing a happy birthday, yeah. Next caution.
we're
I don't know
going
if
to
we're,
green.
if we're going green here, yeah, okay, we'll do it
We're
next time.
actively going to green.
Oh my god.
Next caution.
Here we go.
Sing happy birthday.
Is he going to get the same jump? Yes, he is.
Oh, look at this. Great start. And Kyle Clenworth leads the way. Jace Meyer in second.
I'm going to have my eye here on this middle pack here full of the net leaders, all the guys who've taken pit stops.
Look at Seb Alexander
This is a fun pack here.
trying to go to the outside of Brandon Stanton.
Can't
And
believe Kyle Kirkwood is leading.
And he does just that. Around the outside into, is that 8th? Yes, it is. Look at this, 3 wide behind
Oh,
him.
look at,
Ty Keela.
look at Ty Keela.
It's been 5 whole seconds since we mentioned Ty Keela's name. Brandon Stanton again. Oh, I thought he was going to get split again 3 wide.
Now Brandon Gash trying to make the move, ends up getting passed up by Tyler Justice. Now Ty Keela and Ethan Reed.
Look at this 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Almost 3 wide anyways. Into 1. Justice up the inside. Trying to hold on to the back of Seb Alexander, who has slowly started to drive away. Here comes Ty Keela, getting past Brandon Stanton as well.
Ethan Reed right on the back of Keela. And Kurt Bray has officially disconnected. He's left.
No, it's over. Moment of silence for Vantage.
Rest in peace,
Just
Jacob
for-
Hoskins.
Jesper Orman getting caught up behind Brandon Gass. He's stuck back there.
He's gonna try and make a move
Reed
now.
Stuck to the side of Brandon State and ends up having to slot him behind him. Seb Alexander just got past Larry
Larry
Miles.
Miles,
Now
he
getting
did.
around Casey Keller.
Seb Alexander, he hasn't really had to pass too many cars this race. This is the first time we've seen Seb had to actually get the elbows out. And here comes Larry Miles. Here comes Tyler Justice.
Tyler Justice.
Here comes...
And Tequila.
Man, Casey Keller just lost 4 spots in the span of half a lap.
That's very rough on Casey Keller there.
That is, yeah, it's pretty hard to watch. Poor guy. So Rick Raven ahead of all these.
Not only did he get past, he's losing the draft actively. He's out of the draft as we speak.
Rick Raven set the new overall fastest lap, which was actually identical to the one set by Jesper Ormond. Actually, no, sorry, it was 1,000th of a second faster.
Jeez Louise. Kurt Bray in the chat says our car was awful, so it's the car's fault.
The car's fault, not his.
He's got a pass for the lead here, side by side for a second.
Jace Mayer, currently leading, has never actually led a full green. I don't think he's ever led a green flag lap.
And he's not going to do it here.
He's not going to do it here.
He had to say something.
I mean, at this point, I was a passenger. I can't.
Full on. Yep, Jason Meyer hasn't led a lap and remains in second place.
And Brian Newell has also officially disconnected as well. Brian Newell is sitting in the pit lane out. Now he's left.
Seb Alexander, 40.4, fastest lap.
Oh my goodness.
Last time
Ooh,
Seb is moving. He's got
2/10 faster than the prior one.
Seb
And
is
he's caught up.
Yeah, he's
to
caught
the
the front
top
pack.
5.
That front pack is in trouble. Does Rick Raven
Larry
fight him here?
Miles also have. I'm curious if Rick will. I think they're both on the same tire strategy and fuel strategy.
But track position
So
is
maybe-
king. Oh, Rick
Oh, Bill Colley with damage.
Colley. Oh, he's in the pits.
Oh, we got a little
Look at
pass
this.
of 4 here.
Rick Raven trying to move up to the outside. That's Calvin Harvey. And here comes Seb Alexander to the bottom.
Rick Raven getting around Leo Delmas. Seb Alexander trying to get around Calvin Harvey. This is allowing Larry Miles to close in. Ooh, look how close Raven and
Whoa.
Delmas. A little bit of contact there.
Yeah, they touch. They touch.
That was close.
Delmas
Oh.
goes down to the bottom.
Leo Dummus. Rick.
Oh,
Oh,
3 wide.
Goes
Look
even
at Seb.
further to the bottom.
Seb Alexander. You go low, I go lower, says Seb Alexander with a big wiggle.
That was close. Nearly had an incident. Once again, another wiggle there. Alexander
He's getting
and
racy.
Delmas.
He's getting very
Yeah,
racy.
it's getting really racy. I feel like if
Look
this
at
continues,
Calvin
it could
Harvey.
take someone's gonna take someone
Has a
out.
glance at the inside. Doesn't really get anything sticking.
As soon
Bill
Just set the
Colley,
fastest lap.
your wall contact in the background. It appears that Bill Colley has a pit violation black flag.
Oh, that's rough. Here comes Seb. As soon as Seb got up to the back of Rick Raven turned on another gear and started passing cars to get away from him. I think he knows that he needs to be in front of Seb.
And Seb having to back it out once again over Delmas.
Delma's pretty quick here. He's fighting with these guys.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Yeah, it seems Rick Raven just, he got into a position where he needs to turn on the jets a little bit, so he did as such.
Tequila.
As Jace Mayer takes the lead in turn 3.
Tequila gets past Larry Miles for P8. This Tequila guy is now fighting with the net leaders, I think.
I think
He
so. Jace Mayer off of 4. Clenworth
You lead it.
Can he do it?
Take the
right
lap
after
here.
him.
He's
Gonna do
done it.
Dude, Rick Raven.
Oh my
steals
goodness!
it from
Oh my
both of
goodness.
them.
Rick Raven!
Wow.
What a move!
Rick Raven to the lead.
Guy's cheating.
What was that? Was like he had DRS or something.
What a run there he had.
That was shocking. So Jace Mayer led a lap and lost the lead 0.5 seconds later.
He did lead a lap, which is an extra point.
He gets one extra. Oh, and here comes Seb.
Delmas.
Alexander, that's 2.
Where do these guys
I
get?
saw that run generate down the backstretch. That was insane.
That was shocking. This is like some of the craziest runs I've ever seen. Now it's the top 2. Here they go.
Seb versus Rick.
Both gonna get it
Seb
wrong.
goes to the bottom. Rick.
Here
doesn't
comes
do it. Leo.
Jace Meyer.
joining Seb. Oh, sorry, that's Jace Meyer. My apologies.
These guys are getting really racy. We're nearing the halfway point. Only the halfway point of this race. And then they're racing this hard. Does Jace Meyer make a move here? Does Rick Raven make a move here? Raven to the bottom. Meyer to the bottom. Seb Alexander stuck on the top. He's going to have a challenge for second. Meyer falls back in line. Here comes the run.
Alexander to the bottom.
This is the first time we've seen Seb Alexander play these games, play these fighting for the battle that we saw Justice and Raven doing. He's not had to do that. He's not elected to do that.
So the entirety of the top 11 all in this pack here.
Yeah, they are. Jesper Orman going back. They're all right there.
11 all within the draft.
Slay in the chat does make a good point. Some of these guys are on different strategies. There's actually 4
Glenworth and May and Meyer are the ones.
And Delmas.
And Delmas.
And Harvey.
And Harvey.
All have been
Those
pit
are
on
the
us.
drivers on the alternates.
So they're on
the
a
alternate strategy.
They're on a different strategy. Rick Raven and Seb Alexander, as they go back and forth again, they're the leaders of, well, the on-track race and the net lead. So of the strategy. And then you go back to Tyler Justice, who I'm sure would like to get past this 4-car gaggle of alternate strategy drivers to fight with the top 2.
Here's Rick Raven with the run. Oh, Kyle Clenworth. And Jim Mayer having some side-by-side action for third.
Okay, Tyler.
Larry Miles, Tyler Justice.
Contact right now, by the way, between Ty and Tyler. Entering turn 3.
Yeah, just a little bit of contact there.
Tequila
the leaders are approaching. The leaders are approaching Bill Colley to lap him. They're right on him now.
Seb Alexander.
Seb Alexander around him.
Uses that draft beautifully. And yeah, he's just gonna get out of the way here. No harm, no foul. He doesn't want to play a part, although Clenworth might have a little bit of trouble getting around him. Nope, no problem.
Look at Tequila. Tequila up to 5th.
Tequila's on the move.
2 positions so far this lap.
And he's left Justice and Miles in the dust, who are on the same strategy, who are those leaders' strategy.
He absolutely has.
Tequila also on that same strat.
Jesper Orman trying to make a move there on Larry Miles. Ooh, and some of these guys here who are formerly the net leaders having to deal with Bill Colley. They are getting lapped.
Whoa. You should probably pit, man. That's way off the pace.
Orman not happy with the speed of Bill Colley, saying he should probably pit.
I was letting all you guys lie.
Colley firing back, saying I was just getting out of the way.
Rick Raven currently in the lead, though. Seb Alexander is going to be able to take it at the line.
Yep, here he comes.
And notice Clenworth, now that he's gotten around Jace Meyer, he's right back up to this pack here. Top 3, all within 2/10.
Yeah, Clenworth hasn't pit in around 10 more laps compared to the other cars, so maybe lighter fuel starting to take effect here.
You guys like P6? We could just like stop, catch the leader.
Chance.
We're not gonna win if we don't catch.
Miles asking everyone to basically play nice here, saying, guys, stop fighting for P6, let's catch the leaders.
And we are officially over halfway.
We are. It's been a great race.
99 to go.
Here's Justice. He's
Orman
got
and Justice.
Orman, yeah, those two going at it.
Still side by side.
Calvin Harvey,
Those
by the
are-
way. Don't mean to cut you off, but he's also up 14 spots.
I had a wiggle.
Tequila looking for 4th.
That's on Jace Mayer. Jace Meyer, he's up
Jace
into
Meyer.
4th now.
Whoa, real
Oh,
close to the
Meyer.
wall.
Now, Tequila, I don't think is currently in the draft, actually, as Seb Alexander and Rick Raven are still side by side. This can help Tequila actually get into that draft, but as of right now, I don't think he's in it.
No, not quite, but if these 3 keep fighting, who knows? Here comes Kyle. Kyle Clenworth, not out of it. He's going to try to make a move for 2nd place. He's going to get alongside. Rick Raven has to back out of it. Nowhere to go. Wow, look at this. Seb Alexander.
Clenworth to the lead.
He is to the lead. I think Seb might have conceded there.
Yeah, that appeared to be the case.
I think Seb was letting his... I know those two have a working partnership, those 2 teams. As here comes Rick Raven.
doesn't have the working partnership. He sends it on Kyle Clenworth, has to back out of it. Okay, update on the times. Tyquila is, I'm fairly sure, in the draft now,
He'll be pretty close if he's not.
It looks like it.
as Clenworth goes to the lead. Raven tries to follow him, not able to make it stick. Fastest lap, currently held by Jesper Orman, 40.1.
Jeez Louise, Jesper Orman's moving.
He's running faster than some drivers were in qualifying.
Yeah, he is. Raven way up high. Way up.
Look just behind Raven. You can see the green and silver car of Tyquila
Yeah, here he comes.
in his mirrors.
Could we see the last of first challenge be complete here with less than 100 to go? Is Seb Alexander to the lead? Excuse me, Kyle Clenworth to the lead, passing Seb Alexander. Clendy, as it were.
Yeah, a lot of time still to go. We are only halfway through this race. Still 200, just under 250 miles of racing left. So anything can happen. We're on a pretty good green flag stretch right now. But like I said, anything can happen here at Indianapolis, here in the Vindy 500. It's up to Tyquila to get up to the lead here.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Also important to note, all of the caution flags have been brought out by self-air or network issues. None of them have been purposeful crashes. So everybody's been keeping it quite clean with each other.
It's true.
So it seems Rick Raven has sort of lost Clenworth and Alexander here. Still in the draft firmly, but just not right on the gearbox.
That means, yeah, Tyquila is here. He's going to close in. He's officially there now, with Rick Raven dropping back a little.
Jace Mayer pitting.
Meyer said he's
This
coming
time, yeah, Meyer says he's pitting this time round.
Most of your alternate strategy drivers will be coming in
relatively
within
soon.
these next couple laps.
So that's going to be Clenworth. That's going to be Meyer. That's going to be Harvey.
Orman too, I think, right?
I think Orman might be on that main strategy.
He is on the main strategy, but Leo Delmas as well, Calvin Harvey. So we're going to see that main group of drivers that we saw earlier. Rick Raven, Tyler Justice, Larry Miles. Should all get up there.
Now,
Yeah,
Daniel,
Orman's
as
gonna
our
get
official...
here.
Oh, Casey Keller also pitting. And,
Interesting.
Calvin also pitting. Daniel, as our official pit reporter, which strategy do you think is the better one? This strategy that these few are on, or that primary strategy that the leaders are currently running?
I'm actually liking the strategy that Tyquila and Jesper are on. They put on lap 87. Seb Alexander, Rick Raven, and a few others pit on 83. I'm not sure that that's exactly the best, but I'd prefer to be on the lap 87 strategy and saving some fuel to try and get myself in a better position. But you're looking at maybe a stop every 35 to 40 laps, I'm thinking, depending on how you save fuel. So
Yeah, sounds about right.
it might be based off of that. We'll see how far these guys can push it, but you want to pit at least 2 more times.
Jeez, Clenworth.
Absolutely.
Clenworth way off the racing line.
Yeah. Tyquila and Jesper Orman, teammates to Clenworth, they've caught up to each other, and they've both caught up to Rick Raven.
Delmas is in the pits. Seb Alexander.
Ooh, Casey Keller appears to have a black flag, some sort of pit violation.
Oh, that's rough.
You can see on your screen that's Calvin Harvey exiting right now. He's fallen a lap down.
Yeah, those green flag pit stops, that'll do it. But he is joining in line with these leaders as we see a lead change. Look at Clenworth, by the way. He pit on lap 75. He's extending this run.
Yeah, and it's up to...
Well.
Oh, here he comes now. He extended that run big time, though.
He did.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
I'll say he gets down to the speed limiter. Go ahead, Mark.
That previous lap, I think, told him everything he needed to know. He was starting to mess up the corners. That tire grip was escaping him. So I think he knew he had to pit this lap.
Sounds
He
about right.
absolutely did. Rick Raven somehow still sticking ahead of Ty Keela and Jesper Orman. I think both of them are sort of backing it off, trying to preserve some fuel, getting information from their teammate Kyle Clenworth, who is on that alternate strategy and just ran a full green flag stint. Curious to see though. Will they go for the move now? No, they're still backing out of it.
They're slowing
They do
down
not want
too.
the lead.
Seb Alexander just ran a 41.23.
Yeah, that is a full
Second.
8/10 off his
Just
best.
about, yeah. So they're slowing it up big time here. They're trying to get further into this
Look at
stint.
just look how slow they're going. I mean, by slow, we do mean 230 miles an hour. But in
Yes.
the corners, they're going down to 215.
Yeah, they're taking a lot off these runs here. Ty Keela, man. He's up to third now. He could, and I think he's not purposely challenging for the lead here. I think he's doing what Seb was doing earlier. I think he's just sitting there, saving this fuel, biding his time. He's on an even later pit strategy, like Daniel was saying. So him and his teammate behind him, they're just going to kind of chill out here. Couple tenths off the leaders, let them fight it out.
Also important to note, Ethan Reed is also on that lap 87 strategy, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes up.
Yeah, Ethan Reed caught on that Kurt Bray incident. Kind of put him down a little bit. Still on the lead lap, but yeah, a little bit down. We're going to need a caution to get him back up here as the 31 of Bill Colley
off the track
through the grass.
Stay green.
Somehow.
Oh, he's good. It's a bit of a moment there, and that's it.
Yeah, just had a little bit of wiggle, hit the wall. Had some potential suspension issues. We're chilling.
We're all good.
Bill Colley has a black and orange flag for damage.
Seb Alexander into the pits on lap 117 with 86 to go. Now 85 to go for the leaders.
Keep in mind, this is only lap 100. Was that 16 of green flag?
Yep. The first two, of course, were just to set the grid, which, might I add, Elliot, done in a very effective manner.
Oh, thank you very much.
As clean stop for Seb.
Brandon Gass entering the pits
And
as well.
everyone, stop what you're doing. Take a look at the leaderboard. We have last place starting Ty Keela, leading the Vindy 500 from last on the
Rick
grid.
Raven choosing to pit now. So this puts Rogue Racing 1-2.
Couldn't get any better for them if they tried, unless they got.
That's one of the greatest things about Indy is stuff like this always happens.
This is what Purge was saying, that anyone can win. And we've seen, as Orman's going to take the lead now from his teammate, but still, Ty Keela pulling off a last to first here in the Vindy 500.
I'm keeping an eye right now on Rick Raven, trying to see his pit exit, how he compares to Seb Alexander, if that gap grew or shrunk.
We'll see here. Seb Alexander is full pelt into turn one. Rick Raven just now getting up to speed. He's in the short chute. Here comes, I think Seb's going to get him by a good chunk. We'll see. Onto the straightaway here. Look at this, Seb using the draft. Oh, did Rick get him?
Rick got him.
He did.
Rick got him.
Here comes Seb.
Alexander, though, looking to the outside.
Trying to go to the outside. He's going to have the warmer tires. So pretty much even for these two. As Rick Raven still trying to get up to speed. He'll fall back just a touch. Kyle
Currently, teammates changing things up. Jesper Orman leads that lap.
Ethan Reed with a problem. Jumped to the pits. I think he was having some connection issues.
Some sort of...
Something.
Oh, yeah, look on... No, his pit exit. He dumped the car off pit exit.
Oh, my goodness.
Run it into the wall there.
That's highly unfortunate.
Yeah, that is pretty rough.
Very Unfortunately
They
for
have
him,
retired. He has retired. Same with
Ethan
Bill
Reed
Colley.
just done after that point. So is Bill Colley.
Colley and
After
Reed.
after that one, oh, and Ty Keela into the pits.
Tequila got to get it down to 60, and he does just that, just fine. All right. So can't miss the pit stall here. Drives through the pace car. And he's into his pit stall just fine. Jesper Orman going the longest so far out of anybody. He's trying. I think we'll have
He's hoping for a caution.
He's one for hoping for a caution, and two, maybe trying to go just after this next stop, another stop to the end, and hopefully be good. Well, fuel-wise, I don't think that's possible. Maybe 2 stops then. Here he comes though. Jesper Orman into the pits. That's going to put Rick Raven. No, Seb Alexander. It's going to put Seb Alexander in the lead.
Jesper Orman had a big lockup on his right side there, on the exit.
Tequila.
Both cars
relative to the
getting around
leaders.
Keela.
He gets in right behind him, but ahead of Clenworth.
I think he's gonna.
No, behind.
He's gonna slide in behind Clenworth, his teammate.
So he's still there. So those two on a different strategy.
Now, how do these guys relate to Orman? Orman just now
exiting.
Just now approaching pit exit, passing the pace car.
Oh.
Hit limiter off.
It's got to be excruciating. And you got to be careful not to dump it on this pit exit either. You have cold tires, and they're going to blow by him here, I think.
I think so, but
he'll be there or thereabouts.
Orman's going to stay in the draft. Honestly, a little further ahead than Tequila was. He's actually holding position.
He is. Here comes Rick Raven and Seb
Alexander a little bit.
So he joins in
Still
second.
Ahead of Alexander.
And he's going to hold second. And he's going to clear Seb Alexander.
He's going to challenge for the lead.
He's going to get a run. Jesper Orman nailed the strategy here. And he's going to retake the lead after the pit cycle. And here comes Seb Alexander trying to get past Rick Raven. I think Seb is starting to realize who his main challenges are. I think they touched wheels in the middle of one.
Yeah, very, very close there to making contact. Beautiful stint there from Jesper Orman, able to go from right around. He was 8th for the majority of that stint, got up to the lead just on pure longevity.
He did,
then able to hold it with a fast pit stop.
Stint of the day.
Yeah. Also important to note, this is a 4v1. These are all road racing cars except Raven.
That's pretty true. They're all working together, these four.
Yeah, very true. Seb Alexander, a part of Indy Alliance Racing. However, they are in a technical alliance with Road Racing for this event.
Similar to how you would see Penske and AJ Foyt Racing. As here comes Tequila, looking to get past Rick Raven. Jesper Orman back into the lead out front. Tequila into third. Rick Raven is probably really wishing his Aftershock teammates were here right now. It could very well be a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 4 guys working together. Jesper Orman, man, what a stint. I still can't believe that.
Yeah, that was an incredible stint. Seb Alexander taking the lead just now, but I mean, Orman is firmly here, and we know he can go longer than anyone else.
Yeah, Orman is up 17 spots from where he started. So similar to Tequila, these guys went from the back to the front. And now he's going to the lead.
Kyle, are you taking the corner spot up?
Larry Miles judging everyone once again.
Yeah, he's curious to see what Tyler... Asking about Kyle. Oh, no, excuse me, Tyler. Tyler Justice. Larry has really lost out here on this stint. He's all the way down in 9th. He's 7 seconds or so off the lead, almost 8.
Tyler Justice leading this secondary pack here. It consists of Leo Delmas, Calvin Harvey, Larry Miles, and Jace Mayer. As Jace Mayer actually makes some contact with the wall just now. Jesper Orman back into the lead. Tequila up into third.
And Rick Raven in 4th. Kyle Clenworth still holding on to this draft. He's just biding his time, I think. Top four all in a line though. All so close. Oh man, if this is like what it's like at the end of the race, it's gonna be a grandstand finish.
Larry Miles yelling, trying to do some backseat driving here with his secondary pack. Lost another second to the leaders.
I think he's just frustrated at this point. He knows he has a lot of pace. He just can't get out of this pack.
Yeah, I think he needs to put his head down and focus a little bit about catching up and you know, mind games won't get him everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, with so many cars retired now and so many more, all the other ones that are left here just focusing on making it to the end of the race, it's going to be a while before we start to see chances for a caution.
Yeah, it could be. Then again, all it takes is one car spinning. One car hitting the outside wall. It
Very
takes
true.
a slight lapse in concentration.
Ooh,
Whoa!
and Rick Raven.
Almost happened.
Very close.
Important to note that off the top of my head, nobody in the top 7 has really had any incidents. No need for a fast repair. They've all been very clean so far.
Everyone in the top 6 is currently sitting at 0 incident points.
Very impressive. Look at Larry Miles.
Larry Miles and Leo Delmas making contact.
Sorry, Rick. I totally missed the bottom there.
Taikila.
You know these guys have to be getting exhausted.
Yeah, you got to take a deep breath at some point. It's been
They've currently been in this race for 2 hours.
2 hours and 73 laps to go.
Did you guys hear that? Larry Miles potentially missing bodywork? I don't see anything.
Might have been
Car
from the
for
contact.
now. Everything's looking good, and Larry Miles got around these guys. Tyler Justice, the only thing ahead of him in this secondary pack here. As the leaders are approaching lap traffic, that's Brandon Staten.
Brandon Saint about to get put a lap down.
Tyler, I think I can catch him.
I'll tell you what, Larry Miles has been very vocal this race.
He has been.
And he's getting past Tyler Justice.
Incredibly vocal.
I think I've known Larry for the better part of 4 years, and probably the most I've ever heard him talk is today.
Yeah, being very vocal with the money on the line here. He's really coming out to play.
He wants to get ahead, and he knows it's a double points race. He's got a 20-point deficit, or thereabouts coming into today. So if he can finish ahead of Rick Raven, it would go a very long way for the championship.
Yeah, that championship has even more prize money up for grabs, as well as bragging rights.
That it does.
But yeah, he needs to be ahead of Rick Raven if he wants to try and get a chance at taking the lead here of the title.
Alexander fighting with Orman. Those two have pulled away, by the way. They are well clear of Raven and Keeler.
They have an 8/10 gap there to the leaders Raven has.
And that's really saying something, considering these guys have been going back and forth. Larry said, quote, "I think I can catch them," when he got past Tyler Justice. The gap is 9 seconds.
Well, let's see what it is. I'm going to see what it is here. The next sector time. See, I know what it was beforehand.
Oh, it's actually
he
going
lost 2/10
Yeah, he's
in
going
half
down.
lap.
I think he had an incident or some kind of issue off of turn 2. Did Miles.
Maybe a bit of copium.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. Taikila with some connection issues currently. He's blinking in and out on the leaderboard.
Taikila.
Oh.
Could it happen again? Happened when we were under commercial.
On the leaderboard, it shows him in 10th right now.
What's going on with...
Taikila, I don't think he's here. I think he's about to be disconnected.
What a tragedy.
This could be huge.
Back to 41.
Oh, he's back. He's
Oh,
back. Phew. That was... I'm sure that his heart was beating so fast there for a second. Everyone at home as well. The fans almost lost it.
somehow the top 4 all got back in. Somehow the top 5 are all back within draft range. Interestingly enough.
That they are. Tequila's internet mishap kind of seemed to make a difference.
Just a heads up, I'm sure you saw that you had a really, really long blink. Quality coming back up, so you should be good for now, but we will be monitoring it.
So Ty's
Yep, nope, understood. I thought I was completely gone. So
internet will be monitored with 67 to go.
No, you're definitely good for now. It was just one really, really long blink. You weren't even coming in and out. You were actually like gone for a solid 30 seconds. High race control wasn't even storing you, but you're back and you're good.
yeah, I know. I saw all the cars here. That's crazy.
There goes Seb again to the lead.
Clenworth further back, challenging for
Clenworth.
third.
Yeah, look at this. Kyle Clenworth making the moves.
He's going again here, trying to go for it in 3.
Does he make it stick around the outside? Rick Raven, look at that.
Yeah, I think Clenworth is more focused on saving his tire and saving his fuel than he is on actually making the pass. Raven just really fighting for that track position.
We got for sure one more pit stop, guaranteed left.
I think we got 2.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. We definitely have 2 left.
There's going to be 2 pit stops. There's going to be 2 pit stops. But depending on how much fuel these guys can save, that's how much they're going to be taking. They do need to take tires, unless it's a caution. They might try and change their strategy up a bit. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure everyone here is going to be taking fuel and tires 2 more times.
We're for sure gonna see Jace and Casey Keller pit here in a couple of laps time.
Keller in 13th, Jace Meyer, excuse me, in P10. They pit on lap 110, so it's been about 30 laps. So in the next 10 laps, I think you can start expecting pit stops.
Yeah, we're definitely approaching that point. Curious to see, though, what will happen with the alternate guys like Kyle Clenworth and like Calvin Harvey, for instance. I know he's not really in this main pack, but Kyle Clenworth has sort of maintained his sort of relationship with the lead pack here. Curious to see what will happen when he does pit and if we'll be able to keep that to the finish.
It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Very interesting.
Look here, these guys, the lead pack now getting around Brandon Gass. Gass not having the day he would have wanted.
Running in 11th right now. Just got put a lap down. And it's a shame because I think before, I mean, even in qualifying, he was pretty quick. He made the Fast 9, qualified in 5th. And it's been all backwards from there. But I was going to say, before the update that changed the tire model, I think he had a very solid setup on that car.
He was running very fast times. Doesn't seem like the case now as Rick Raven, Clenworth, and Tequila all getting around him.
All pretty even, but we do have 2 distinct packs, the top 2, and then everybody else. Larry Miles, by the way, since saying I can catch them, has lost about 4 seconds.
I mean, technically speaking, he's getting closer to them.
He is, just in the wrong direction.
Just the wrong, the wrong direction.
I don't think he ever specified which way he was going to catch him, so.
That is true.
That's true, yeah.
Maybe that's what he meant this whole time.
He just tried to get more
Clenworth
track position.
looks to the inside here. He's further along than he has been in the past. Washes out the track slightly, squeezing Rick Raven. Through 2 still side by side. Raven
Whoa!
down to the wall.
Very, very close to a disastrous moment for Rick Raven. Actually, does he have damage?
Raven might have damage. I'm gonna keep keeping an eye on this.
What you guys don't do is everybody's
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have damage, just getting scared.
He's just letting the teammates work together, basically, is what he's going to say. So Raven down to 5th, seemingly out of the draft here. Or close to it, at least.
Yeah, I think he's barely still in it.
Fight for the lead, Jesper Orman and Seb Alexander going back and forth.
Really, all eyes in the beginning of this race were on the likes of Ty Keela and Larry Miles and Rick Raven. Now switched to Seb Alexander and Jesper Orman.
Yeah, Jesper has stinted his way into the conversation for this race win. And, yeah. He still has a chance to go. He pit on lap 122. That's so much later than everybody else. That was only 22 laps ago.
He's got another 10 to 13 laps of fuel.
He does, at least. His last stint. He's setting himself up for a great final stint. Because as Daniel was saying, the amount of fuel that they save is going to be, of course, you know, the reverse of how much they'll take. You just got to get to the end of this race.
Yeah, and notably, it seems that this track temp is still going down. Track temp down to 96.
Cold track, which means speeds will go up.
Yeah, we're seeing those pit stops start. We might see Calvin in the pits next, and then Leo, and then everyone else will follow.
Yeah.
Calvin Harvey and Leo Delmas entering the pits now.
Damas is
See
in, the
how
Frenchman.
their stops go.
A lock up there. Does he get into a pit stall, though? I think he's okay.
We got a wide range of nationalities in this race.
We do. The top three are all different.
Kind of. Yeah, Rick Raven, United States, as well as half the drivers. Jesper Orman, Ukrainian driver. Kyle Clenworth states he's from Taiwan. I'm not too sure on that one.
That is, yeah. Seb Alexander with the Swedish flag?
Yes, that's the Swedish flag, and Leo Delmas representing France, and Larry Miles representing
Canada.
The great nation of Canada.
Kyle Clenworth is in first of the leaders. Remember, he was on a slightly different strategy. A couple of laps difference, or nearly 10 laps difference to the likes of Jesper Orman.
Yeah, we'll be having Daniel Michelle keep an eye out on that one, see where he comes out relative to the leaders here once they cycle through their pit stops, which, keep in mind, Jesper Orman, not for a while.
It's going to be Trish. He's got some time. Well, I'll just say that. And here comes Seb Alexander into the pits. Does he get it stopped? Yes, he does. Down to 60 miles an hour. And Seb Alexander, we'll see where he goes here. Rick Raven is dropping off very quickly from the back of Ty Keela. And this is what we saw earlier at the end of the last stint. It was Ty Keela and it was Jesper Orman.
Yeah, I think Rick Raven for some reason picking soon. I feel like Seb Alexander could have gone longer with that.
He might have. Remember, Seb was fighting pretty hard. I think he was fighting for the lead that entire stint.
Yeah, true.
He may be a little bit more fuel limited than tire limited there.
There's also, I mean, you could cut a little bit of fuel out, I think, but it's going to be pretty risky. You're going to be looking to go 30 laps to around 175 and then pitting again for the 25-lap sprint. If you can cut out some fuel maybe in this stint and try and, you know, maintain position, if it goes green, you could be in a better position, but it all just depends.
That's true. Takila with the blink there. He's all
car. That's Brandon Gass.
Oh, Gass in trouble. Oh, he's into the pits.
Yes, he has just towed.
Let's get a
run out of gas.
Let's get a replay
Gas
of what
ran
happened.
out of gas.
On the exit of the pits. Oh, did he? Did he forget to put fuel in? Did his?
It looks like he did. It looks like
he did. He ran out of gas, and immediately retired from the race.
Unbelievable stuff there.
Just a really rough race for that whole team.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 DNFs for Gas Racing Co.
Yeah, all 3 of their cars being knocked out.
So 53 to go. Rick Raven has reeled in slightly, a couple tenths. Oh, I'm just kidding. He's coming to the pits now, so it doesn't matter. Raven locked up there. He was very close to speeding. I don't know if he did, though. Looked like he got it down to speed in time.
Sorry.
What time is it for you over there, Mark?
Nearing midnight, yeah.
Oh, very good.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You can stay up for a couple more hours.
That's chump
Yeah,
change.
five till.
Why Rick Raven back in the pits? What's up with that?
He pit. Well, this is his first pit stop since.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was confusing it with Kyle Clenworth there.
Where does he come out in relation to Clenworth and to Seb Alexander, which is very important? There they go now.
Yeah, they're both passing him, and we'll gap him.
Oh, yeah.
Significantly.
Yeah, he's not going to be in that
Lost out
draft. He lost some time to stop.
Wow, him backing out of that fight with the other drivers of Orman and the likes.
Really ended up hurting him.
That's
He's
gonna
going to need a
kill him.
caution
Yeah.
to get back up to here.
Ty Keeler, Jesper
lot of
Orman go
work
back and forth.
there.
Something apparently happening to Casey Keller. He's still on track, but now he's 4 laps down, and it says his last sector time was 0 seconds,
Interesting.
A track record there.
which was the fastest of the race.
Guaranteed points, or guaranteed bonus point. That's not true. You have to finish on the lead lap to get your bonus point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Justice into the pits. He's hoping to cycle back towards the front. He was running at the front a good chunk of this day, and then the most recent cycle
So it
happened.
fell off there.
Yeah, him and Larry Miles.
He had a little touch of the wall heading into the pits right before.
The top 2
Oh.
are in. They're coming in together. Watch out.
Top heel.
Taikila almost ran into the rear end of his teammate.
He almost ran to that outside wall.
He did, yeah. That would have been a disaster. But they're both in. Where is Kyle Clenworth and Seb Alexander in relation to these guys?
Taikila right around 5 inches off that inside wall there.
And does he beat his teammate? Oh, it's going to be close. I think Jesper got it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna stay even. Now these are the leaders, so it's gonna be up to Alexander and Clenworth to see if they can get around him. I think.
Here they come. It's going to be very close.
I think they will. I think they will
I think
get by.
I think they
but
will this time round.
They're gonna latch on to the rear with Rick Raven, so they should be good here. And they are better on fuel.
They're
They
good
can take less
leaders.
fuel later.
Not the same kind of stint as last time. Seb Alexander up the middle for the lead. He's got it. Orman, he's going to get to the back end of these guys. Can't say the same for Taikila, though.
These
I
guys
think
just saved
Keela-
Rick Raven.
Yeah, I think Keela has the draft off of Orman and Raven, able to get the slipstream off Keela.
Yeah, Rick Raven, that's a saving grace, like Michelle just said. A lifeline, if you will, as Kyle Clenworth gets to the lead.
And now the secondary pack. The secondary pack 6th on back, 21 seconds off the lead pack.
Wow, that is massive. It was 9 at one point. 9
That
seconds.
is half. It was 9 when Larry Miles says he can close in.
And yeah, they've since lost more than double what the gap is. So they're going to need a caution. There's really no making up 20 seconds.
Yeah, half a lap behind the leaders here. Some stragglers also, like Jason Mayer and Brandon Staten. A little bit no man's land. But the top 5 still firmly in control. We don't really know. We can't really say which of them is the clear favorite to win. Both very, very pacey.
Extremely pacey. Seb, the pole sitter, still in the lead here. Orman in third. Keela, Raven. Yeah, everyone in this top pack is going to have a chance. Rick Raven, though, I think he's going to have to get at least get into the draft a little bit here. He can't bank on the ones in front having a poor stint.
Yeah, they need a significant battle to come up front with the first 4 cars. If they're going side by side, Rick Raven will be able to catch easily, but for now, I think he's just got to sit and wait.
Alexander back out front. Kyle Clenworth, Jesper Orman, Todd Keela. Top 4 are all making their first start of the season here today. And there goes. Clenworth to the inside. Jesper Orman getting a good run off of 2. We're down to 10 cars on the lead lap. Everybody else is either out or down a handful of laps.
Ooh, car on the wall. I think that was Calvin Harvey.
Calvin Harvey. Oh, he's.
Oh, sorry, it was Casey Keller.
Oh, Keller. Keller down 3 laps. He did have some decent pace at one point, but hasn't really gone his way. So expect the final pit stops around lap 175, like Daniel was saying, there or thereabouts. For the likes of Ty Keela and Jesper, it's probably closer to lap 180, 185 maybe.
Yeah, right around 45, just under 45 laps left in this race. They're going to be pitting probably closer to 20 laps left.
Yeah, it's going to be real close.
Preferably, of these drivers, you'd probably want to hit earlier to just get the fuel mileage out of the way and just be able to make it to the end. If you know you can make it to the end at a certain point, pit full of fuel, take it less fuel than you need, and then go.
Yeah, we're going to see how these guys dash to the end. We haven't had a caution in quite some time. It's been, when was the last caution? It's been quite a while.
Last caution, keep in mind, we've had 6 cautions today. Last one was, appears to be lap 80, is it? It appears to be lap 89.
So it's been about 70 odd laps since the last caution, so that's good. Good.
Yeah,
good
a
run.
lot of cautions very early on. It's really mellowed out now. Been some good, clean racing.
It has been the top 5, keeping it clean. At one point, this top pack was what, 12 cars? It's dwindled down.
At one point it was. Yeah, now that there's only 12 cars left in this race.
It's dwindled quite a bit. Dwindled quite a bit. Kyle Clenworth in second place. Seb Alexander taking the lead here. And there goes Clenworth back to the lead. Interested to see how the lap traffic will play a part once we get to the end of this race, if it has to play a part.
Yeah, next car they're approaching, Casey Keller.
And Keller he's actually right in front of him. Yeah, Casey Keller's right there.
Now, this is a little crazy thinking, but is there a chance that these leaders can catch up to this secondary pack?
Well, 23 seconds away. It used to be 9. You know, it is not really that far out of possibility. You know, it could happen.
Yeah, it absolutely can. Leaders now trying to make their way around Casey Keller. Keller moving to the bottom of the track.
And that's going to open the
Clenworth.
door. 3 wide.
Make it 3 wide.
Clenworth getting real racy here. Luckily for Keller, he's getting out of the way, not going to cause any problems for anybody. And just moves out of the way. Let me see if I can bring up a track map there. Oh, it's actually not even. Okay.
Yeah, we don't get track maps here. I can send you a screenshot of a track map. If you want to see where the
Jokes on you
cars are.
guys. I got a track map.
He
You
does have a
bitch.
track map.
Daniel Michelle.
Yeah, me and Daniel are cool. We get to see a track map.
We can't give you a full rundown of the field, though. Seb Alexander first, Kyle Clenworth second. Oh, Jesper Orman. I don't know why it's one off like that. Ty Keela in fourth, and Rick Raven rounds out this pack. Then 25 seconds back, you can see crossing the start-finish line now. You have the pack of Tyler Justice, Larry Miles, Leo Dumas. Then a huge 7-second gap to Harvey and Jace Meyer, who's actually going to be fighting it out here.
Yeah, Calvin Harvey and Jace Meyer gonna be battling here for the 9th.
One day, chat. One day we'll have that technology, I promise.
One day.
Just need a slight degree in coding, that's all. Oh, this battle heating up. Jesper Orman getting out there. He's finally making a move for the lead. 37 to go, 36 to go this time by. We're probably a few laps away from green flag pit stops. Maybe 10 laps or so.
I feel like it's a little closer to like 5 laps
It could be.
for the likes of Alexander and Clenworth, and more like 10 or 11 for Orman and Keela.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. We'll just have to see how it goes as Rick Raven officially with this pack now, making a move around the outside of Ty Keela. And look at Kyle Kenworth ran all the way up the track. Raven in the wall. Rick Raven in the wall. Does he have suspension damage? I don't think he does.
Wheel checking.
I'm checking.
The speeds look okay.
Did get into the wall. I don't think there is anything though.
I think he dodged a bullet. A huge bullet. Like a race-ending bullet.
Interestingly enough, Casey Keller almost did the exact same thing.
Oh.
Oh god.
Don't start now.
Raven
I don't know that why it's happening. Second time
off
in a
the
row.
pace.
Keela dropping back as
His
well.
lead pack grew a little. Leaders passing Brandon Staten, lapping him.
Yeah, Brandon Stanton going a lap down here. 2 laps down.
I knew I should have kept the quality boost.
Something's up with Larry Miles. His car is running right around 5 miles an hour slower than the leaders.
He did say, I knew I should have picked the quality boost.
Which isn't actually possible.
I think, like Mark said a few laps ago, I think it's just copium. At this
Copium,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
At this stage in
A
the
little
race.
bit of delusion, unfortunately.
That being said,
It's
you
okay.
will be seeing people pit soon within the next 5 laps if they want to take that strategy and take less fuel. If not, you're going to be seeing them probably in the next 10.
A little bit of delusion is never a bad thing.
You never know.
Yes.
Caution could come out and he could get a late run here. Anything could happen.
You know, this might be the first time we don't get a yellow flag news. I know About 20 laps ago, Nico, you said this race has been green for a while, and usually that's the code word for a caution to come out. But
Yeah, the script
Yeah, we
isn't.
haven't gotten it yet.
we still haven't gotten it yet. So either it's gonna happen sometime within the next 20 laps, or we're gonna go green flag for the rest of the race, and we're gonna break the curse.
So,
Could be.
something interesting to note: the leaders are now on the same straight as that secondary pack,
Oh my goodness.
and they are right around. I think that's right around 5-ish seconds off of Calvin Harvey and Jason Meyer.
That is. Sheesh.
Ooh, Rick Raven, another 2x there, more wall
okay, Rick.
contact.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling the pressure here.
His,
Oh, that was a big wall hit that time round.
his tires could also be starting to fall off as well.
I think they absolutely are at this point. Oh, look how close these leaders are now to Harvey and Meyer, who are still side by side.
They're still going at it. This could be a Devlin DiFrancesco and Louis Foster moment. Where these two are
Yeah, I'm
fighting
curious
for
to see.
a spot in front of the leaders.
Curious to see how these guys navigate. How the leaders can get around these fighting cars. Are they gonna put the
Oh!
on pause? Oh, Meyer blinking. Oh, that was quick. Just a little quick one.
That's not what you want to see though. If you're the leaders, you definitely.
Harvey's pitting. That broke things up a little bit.
Oh my goodness! Jesper
A little bit of
Orman.
miscommunication between the lap and lead lap cars.
Yeah, nowhere to go there. He went to the bottom and there was just wall.
Good, very. He was lucky to back out of it. Then we could have seen some damage. And Calvin Harvey appears to be a speeding violation.
Wow, that's rough for Harvey. Gonna lose a ton of time. More so than he already has. The top two though gotten away. Clenworth with a small gap. And here we go. It's gonna be last pit stop cycle time.
Update: the leaders are now only 10 seconds off of the pack, the secondary pack.
That is crazy. 28 laps to go inside a fuel window officially.
Yeah,
To the
most of those midfield cars are the ones that ran into the connection issues and crashed.
Sorry to cut you off. Rick Raven, Kyle Clenworth announcing they are pitting in.
Raven coming in.
Big moves.
Wow. Clenworth.
Oh, Clenworth throwing the fake.
Well, he lied, but Taikila bit it, and so did Rick Raven.
Taikila went in.
Taikila, who was going along with his teammate Jesper Orman, comes in here.
Yeah, splitting him now. Rick Raven announced he was pitting right before Clenworth did.
And then Rick Raven didn't pit.
Oh, Kyle
Still
Clenworth, I
black
think, is pitting
flag.
it time, actually.
Calvin has a black flag again.
Yeah, that's a pit violation. I don't think he served his yet. Clenworth has hit the button multiple times now, so I think he's actually pitting this time, but maybe not.
Who's to say he's not
Yes,
just
he
lying?
is.
Oh, he's coming in this time. Kyle Clenworth.
Taikila all on his own right now. That could hurt him.
That's going to be huge. Yeah, he's got no one to draft with. This could be the end of the Taikila experience.
Though
I
we'll
think
see where
abandoning,
Clenworth comes out.
I think abandoning Jasper was maybe not the right call there.
I'll tell you who's going to benefit. Rick Raven.
Yep.
Because he still has that draft. And he has more fuel than Seb Alexander. If he stays out as long as Jesper does, or as long as he can while Jesper's out in front, he'll be gaining time on everyone who's already hit that doesn't have a draft partner.
Absolutely.
Where's Kyle Clenworth? There goes Larry Miles.
Clenworth
There goes Seb.
cycling
in
with
the
that
pits.
second pack. Yeah, Seb Alexander into the pit lane for the final time.
The pole sitter coming into the pits from third place. Or now he's in third place. Was second.
Oh, Taikila appears to have the draft of Kyle Clenworth. It's not over yet for them.
So they have a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance.
There is a chance.
Jesper Orman, how long does he go? Famously, these long stints put him where he is right now. Last pit lap, 153. It's been only 25 laps ago. He's got a good chunk of time left.
Absolutely.
Mods in my shadow band. Oh, we see you now. Clark, my words.
Tykeela and Kyle Clenworth on his back.
Seb Alexander. There he is. Yeah, here comes Tykeela. They're all over. Look at the run. Here comes Tykeela getting past Seb Alexander. And Kyle Clenworth trying to do the same. To no avail. But Tykeela with a masterful stint. We thought Tykeela was cooked. Turns out he's not.
I guess not.
Turns out he's cooking.
Let's see. What is Jesper Orman going to do? What's Rick Raven going to do? They're staying out another lap.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Really pushing it.
Well, I think Jesper should be fine for another.
Jesper's gonna be fine for another 3 laps for sure. Rick Raven, though, this is cutting it close. He might have 1, he might not have 2.
He's gonna need to pit.
Yeah, he's cutting it close. Yeah. Tyler Justice and Larry Miles, they're still losing time.
Actually, he might have a little bit more fuel still, but you don't want to run too long, especially considering the fact that those 2 guys that have already pit are putting down.
And here comes Orman.
Jesper Orman.
Wow, he's pitting early.
Rick Raven. Yeah, I think. I think he got it stopped in time. Another lock up there.
Yeah, that was really close.
Let's see how he comes out relative to the leaders. Rick Raven, your current leader.
Yeah, Rick Raven's going long now. Rick Raven will be going the longest, so he'll have, in theory, the shortest pit stop. The shortest amount of fuel to put in anyways.
Got Clenworth.
Right now,
Orman
fastest
exiting pits.
The fastest pit time so far right now is with Kyle Clenworth. So if Rick Raven can beat his pit time, actually Jesper Orman just had a really fast pit time as well.
He did.
33.5 overall. So you're going to be looking to have those types of pit stops to get yourself back in the front.
Jesper Orman
is going to be good.
in front. He's well clear of Tykeela, although they are closing. But yeah, look at this. Jesper Orman nailed the pit strategy all day.
Rick Raven
still staying out.
Still out. Is he going to come in this time? Let's see.
20 laps to go this time by.
He's losing time to the leaders. He's running multiple attempts slower than him, and he does decide to go in.
Gets it stopped in time, so this is it. Money stop for Rick Raven. Make or break for Aftershock. Can he get it done here? We got 20 laps to go in the Vindy 500. As there goes a car now. Where's Jesper Orman? He's the race leader. Here comes Seb Alexander, looking to change that into 3. I think, guys, Rick Raven's going to be right here with these dudes.
Yeah, I feel like that could be on the cards here. Rick Raven still stopped. He's getting underway back now.
Crossing the line now is the leading pack. Rick Raven out of the pits into 1. Here comes Jesper Orman. Maybe not, guys.
He's lost some time.
He's lost it. I think he stayed out too long. And he's going to be out of the draft as well. That could, well,
is
maybe.
He, though?
Is he?
Let's see. He's going to need to slot in very quickly. He's falling back fast.
He's going to need to get on it ASAP. 6 tenths behind, 7 tenths.
I feel like it's close. He's a second off the leaders. I think he has it. I think he just barely has the draft as long as he runs the money laps right now.
He's got to go now.
Can keep with it.
Make or break time. So a 5-car pack to the end. 20 laps to go. Make it 19 in the Vindy 500. All comes down to this. Seb Alexander, Jesper Orman, Tykeela, Kyle Clenworth, and Rick Raven. Your leading pack of 5 cars. 35 seconds back to Larry Miles in 6th.
36 seconds now.
It's growing. Growing. Orman and Alexander. Tykeela's just been playing the patient game.
We've said Tykeela so many times, it doesn't even register as a person anymore.
It doesn't feel like a real word.
No. you know, with how we've seen the runs, we might be looking at this. They're really at the line. There's only a couple hundred separating them. I think at this point, drivers are starting to sort of gauge, hey, where can I be to get the pass right at the line?
Yeah, they're gonna be practicing their race-winning moves, or trying to line them up at least.
Yeah, they need to know how far away can they be and still be able to make that pass for the win.
What are the chances we see a 5 wide photo finish? Not 0.
I think that's low, but not
Very slim.
impossible.
There's
Very slim.
Can we support 5 wide?
There's only one way to find out, I think.
Only one way to find out.
5
Entire
wide if
front
one
pack,
car has no tires.
yeah, entire front pack wrecks each other. Larry Miles wins the Indy 500.
It's not impossible.
Not impossible.
Raven making a
Would
move.
make great media.
It would. Raven into 4th. He is not done yet. 17 to go.
And if
think
you're...
Raven-
Oh, go ahead.
I think Raven's using up a lot of his luck on this race. He just keeps on running into the saving grace of other cars after we think it's over for him.
I think he sold his soul. I think that's what.
He might have. He's bounced off the
So,
wall
he-
a couple times.
Oh, shutting the door. Unbelievable.
So, if you're the leaders right now, they are around 2 seconds off that second pack.
They're going to catch him. They could catch him by the end of this race. They're almost certainly going to catch him. There they come.
Raven getting very close to the wall once again.
Raven going to
Oh,
the bottom.
3 wide.
3 wide for the lead. Rick Raven to the bottom of the track. And Rick Raven, he's got it. Into 1 with 15 to go. Almost makes contact with Jesper Orman. So close on the exit of 1. But a masterclass. Oh, now he's weaving. All right, we're getting racy now. This is it. These are race-winning moves.
Wow,
He's
Owen
going
took that
defensive
weave.
to the bottom, trying to force Orman up to the top, get him off that opportune line, able to make the cover. Oh, Orman has to back out of it.
Orman not that close.
Not too happy with that one.
Yeah.
Rick Raven doing the same thing he did on the backstretch.
All the way to the
Going to
bottom.
the-
And here comes
gonna-
Orman.
Seb Alexander nearly made contact there with the 3 car. Very, very racy here with just under 15 to go.
I'm gonna put our flip watch into a warning. We are in a flip warning.
We're
right now.
flip warning. We could be with the way these guys are racing. Important to note, Clenworth and Ty Keela are a little bit off the leaders, but of course they're going 3 wide again. Seb Alexander again. And he got it. Or did he? Rick Raven fighting back around the outside.
Yeah, Rick Raven still has that outside. He's still holding together, though he is using his tire. But at this point, with how few laps we have to go, 3 wide.
Here they
for
come
the
again.
lead.
Orman again to the
Orman.
bottom. Across the line, he leads the lap. He's going to have the inside into 1, a compromised entry, but it doesn't really matter, or does it? Seb Alexander will get to the inside.
And this puts Clenworth back in position
That it
to
does.
still challenge.
Oh, Rick Raven!
Raven, whoa.
Surely,
Oh, no.
surely that's it. Surely his luck runs out here.
Doesn't seem to have
is he
damage.
fine? Oh my goodness! Rick Raven.
That one incident, all 5 cars are back in this thing.
Rick Raven. Sucky has damage off. He smacked the wall at least 3 separate times that I can remember. He is skirted away so many times. How he doesn't have suspension damage at this point is so far beyond my comprehension. It's pure racing gods on his side, I think.
And if you look
Play a
right
factor.
ahead of you, that's the 20 of Leo Delmas. That's the first car in this second pack.
And he's getting past a lapped car there. Casey Keller, and here come the
Casey
leaders. Lapped cars. Keller, get out of the way. Watch out.
Here's Clenworth going around the outside of Keller. Rick Raven gets a little bit of the draft.
The top 2 pulling away. 4 tenths.
Top 2 already around. Leo Delmas.
Jesper Orman versus Seb Alexander. Come on, Seb. He gets around him. Kyle Clenworth will get a tow here. Coming to 10 to go in the Vindy 500.
Keela making it around Rick Raven. It seems Rick Raven does have some sort of issue, I think, at this point.
And he's going to have a bigger issue here. And there it is! Into the wall! Big contact! Rick Raven
Jesus.
and Ty Keela. The luck ran out. The space ran out. And the caution
If I'm not mistaken, that's netcode there. But
is out.
yeah, I don't know.
Huge moment. Ty Keela, Rick Raven. Rick's not happy.
Just went back
Heartbreak
and
all
rewatched,
over
and
the
Dean
world
there was
right
net
now.
code involved.
Caution, caution, caution.
Ooh, it's gonna be
We're going to have a dash to the end. Because why not?
They have fast repairs.
10 to go.
They both have their fast
Yeah,
repairs.
they should.
And with the amount of cars that are lapped down, they should still be in prime
Do
position.
we have overtime?
Do we have overtime?
Oh.
Asked Larry Miles.
We do not have overtime. This is IndyCar.
Worth a shot, I guess. Let's take a look to see what happened. We watched it happen in real time. They came together in 3. They got hooked. They just, yeah. You were my favorite liquor-themed driver. Well, it's not technically over. They do have fast repairs. They just have to get around.
Yeah, it's just it's gonna be a little bit of a wrench.
Yeah, they're not out of it, but this means that they won't actually get to lap the whole field, that front pack.
No, they won't. Wow, what a run.
Interesting.
Yeah,
This is very interesting here.
Here comes everybody.
Alexander and Clenworth staying out.
Oh, wow.
Orman
It's coming
and
in.
everyone else. Yeah. Just to see how these damaged guys can get things back.
I think this just threw a wrench in everybody's plan. This is
massive.
phenomenal.
This is crazy drama. Crazy, crazy drama.
This quite literally changes everything.
I don't see the benefit of staying out here, especially for those first 2 cars, because everyone's going to be on new tires here. Even the guys taking damage repair, you're going to have people just sending it from here on out.
We knew the caution was going to come eventually. It came with right around
Yeah.
11 to go.
Remember, Nico
Involving
said
the
we
leaders.
had a long green flag stretch, and I guess that's over now. So it took a while for the commentators.
A
curse to kick
delayed-
in. That happened.
All at the expense of Rick Raven and Ty Keela, of course.
It took basically 100 laps, so.
There's talk of the standings in the chat. Let's go ahead. I had the graphic loaded. We just never brought it up. Let's look at the
You just never.
the Pistol
made it.
Championship standings. Oh,
We're on to the issue, please.
Yeah, this is a 2x points race, huh?
this is. There we go. Rick Raven atop the driver standings. Rodent Racing atop the team standings. All right, there we go. We got to look at it, and there you have it. Well,
There you go. That is our look at the points for the day with 10 to go.
This is going to be a almost, I think, less than 5 lap shootout here.
I think it's going to be right around 7, I think.
It could be going green at the end of this lap if everyone gets caught up in time. Jace Meyer's going to be on the lead lap.
Well, we have to consider lap
True.
passes.
Oh,
I think we are.
After reviewing that previous incident, there was net code involved.
Maybe, yeah, I think
but
you're
of
right.
course
Maybe
there
7 or
would've
6
Wait.
ago
been
we'll
room
go
to make
green.
it work if the net code had not stripped.
Netcode involved. No
deeming
penalty.
net code at fault, no penalty. They're saying that if there wasn't that net code, the crash would not have happened. No harm, no foul for either driver. And we are 1 to green. Lights are out
Oh,
on
boy.
the pace car.
Okay. What am I
It's
doing?
going to be a 7-lap shootout for the Vindy 500.
It's gonna be. Yeesh. I don't know that Seb and Kyle can keep it.
Jesper Orman's in prime position. So is Rick Raven.
Born
Yeah,
Yeah.
National Weather Service has
Ty
issued
Keela
a-
as well. I feel like that was our flip. That was what the culmination of that flip warning was, though.
All right, well, make
So-
your prediction. Who do you think is going up and over?
I'm not too sure. Top 9 all within striking distance.
They could
now.
all take
I think
it.
it's gonna be Larry Miles. I feel like he's gonna get too aggressive and then spin out and then flip over. I think that's my pick to flip.
And be patient on the restart. there's not
Here
much to do.
we go.
Just gotta be patient.
My pick was Tyler Justice. He's still in this.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I said Rogue Racing would do well.
And here we go. Seb Alexander and Kyle Clenworth on old tires, trying to survive to the end. 7 laps to go in the Vindy 500. Green flag is out, and here we go. The dash to the end. All comes down to this. Who will win the 4th running of the Vindy 500? Here comes Jesper Orman. Here comes Rick Raven. They're fighting with each other. Rick Raven around the outside.
Kyle did not get a great start, or was that Ty?
Yeah, Ty Keela already getting around Larry Miles.
Fight for the lead.
And Jasper Orman side by side. Kyle Clenworth moves up into the lead.
And here comes Orman, trying to go around the outside, nowhere to go. Here comes Rick Raven, taking his inside spot. He's going to look to move into 3rd, coming to 6 to go off of 4. Weaving.
Nearly contact there. Ty Keela has made it to the draft. He's not out of it.
Here we go.
Orman to the outside.
Oh boy, someone's going to have to concede, and it's Kyle Clenworth thinking better of it. Caution is out, caution is out. It's Tyler Justice. It's Tyler Justice.
No. What a
You
jinx.
jinxed your own.
You
You
jinxed
jinxed
them,
your own
Nico.
tribe.
No,
What
that,
is your problem?
that one's on me, I'm afraid.
Oh my goodness.
What did he?
What
What
happened?
exactly just happened?
What happened with Tyler?
So maybe like some sort of like mechanical
know that.
issue.
We were looking at Tyler
Watch.
Justice here. Let's see what happens.
Like the car just stopped.
Oh,
It just stopped in the middle of the track.
maybe it was a wheel disconnect.
Potentially.
That kind of reminds me of what
I'm
happened with you
very-
at Long Beach all those races ago.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Potentially what happened.
This is a lifeline for
crashed.
Seb and Kyle.
Game
though.
crash.
That's
must
the
have had
official
spooling
statement
on.
from Justice
He may
there.
have had
Oh
spooling
my
on.
goodness. What a way to end your race.
That is terrible, terrible for Tyler Justice. He's going to be out. Chat raises a good question. Will that be the 500, or will we get a? Oh my God, are we going to get a?
I think we're
lap.
gonna get a quick little shootout here.
It might be a 2-lap shootout.
Welcome back, NASCAR.
We're going to get a
white
green-white checkered in the Vindy 500, but with no overtime. It's just a non-artificial. Oh my goodness.
No, it isn't. It's a natural green-white checker.
Oh boy. A naturally occurring. Those are rare.
Very rare.
Is anybody planning on pitting?
I am.
Brandon Stanton going to pit.
That slows things down.
I'm trying to shorten this as much as possible, but I will judge after you come out of pits.
Jasper Orman 2nd, Rick Raven 3rd, Tequila 5th, Miles, Clenworth, Dalmas, Jace Mayer all there. Tyler Justice done for.
I feel like we're in for another classic Vantage finish here. I got that feeling in my knees.
Oh, yep, we're going to get, I think, a green-white checkered here. Yeah.
Potentially, we might only actually get a 1-lap shootout.
Oh, welcome back, 20.
Elliot, that the race is over. Thank you, Elliot.
No, we are
In the air.
going to, for those of you watching at home, the end of this race, lap 202, because the first 2 laps were just parade laps. So this is technically the only 197th lap of green flag running. If I'm not mistaken.
All right, we are now 1 to green.
Oh, they're coming to green this time.
Catch up, Brandon.
Oh, this is
Make
gonna
sure
be
you get the gas
interesting.
down. Again, be patient. If there's going to be
Someone's gonna get a little too aggressive here. I feel. I don't know. With the amount of laps left, it's definitely possible someone gets too aggressive.
Wave
I feel
around.
like it has to be Seb or Kyle getting it a little bit defensive, trying to defend on those much older tires. Everyone around him has much fresher tires, has a lot more grip.
Yeah, Seb had another
About to be a
chance to pit.
finish.
What's going on here, B?
We've got another caution lap added, it looks like.
They need to wave around the lap first.
Yeah, we need to do wave rounds.
Oh boy, welcome back, Michael Massey.
Well, unlike Michael Massey, we are actually doing the proper procedure.
That's true. Notice how there was a crash with 5 to go, and we managed to get the race restarted without miles of controversy.
Yeah.
So 10 cars on the lead lap.
Alright, now apologies on that. This is going to be a
I
natural
don't check
green
my
white
emails
checkered.
in the middle
Oh
of the race.
boy.
Natural green, white checkered. Here we go.
Next flag ends it. Caution could end this race. There is no overtime in the Vantage Indy Special League. We are racing to the end. Seb has to get a
Unlike
stellar
IndyCar-
start.
Unlike IndyCar, there is no caution on the white flag lap. Can't throw yellow.
That's true. Once we hit the white flag, that's it. We're racing to the finish of this race.
The next flag will end this race basically, because if we get a caution on the 2 to go, that
It's
ends the
over.
race.
Yep.
Can't get a caution on the 1 to go.
As they say in the chat, 7.5 mics to go.
Mike's.
Mike's Heart Lemonade for the win.
Mike's.
All right, here we go. Deep breaths. Strap those belts up one more time. Fans on their feet. It's a green, white, checkered in the Vindy 500. Seb Alexander on old tires. Everyone behind him on fresh tires. Is he a sitting duck? Can the pole sitter get it done here? Jesper Orman up 17 spots from where he started this race. He wants to make it 18 and take home the Vorg Warner Trophy. Here we go. Coming to the green flag. Pace car for the final time in this race is off. And we're about to go racing to the end here. Seb Alexander will lead us to green. And here we go to the end of the Vindy 500. Green flag in the air. He's already weaving. 2 to go. Jesper Orman trying to get a good launch. Here comes Rick Raven. They're all going to be very aggressive here. Rick Raven already trying to go to the outside.
Raven already on that outside, trying to bump up into second. Further back, everyone mostly single file behind there. The real fight on track here is with these top 4.
And there he
Here's
goes.
Kyle Clenworth.
Here comes
approaching.
Glenworth. Here comes
Get him.
Rick Raven on the outside, trying to go to the lead of the race. Seb Alexander, does he have the tires? Coming to the white flag. The gloves are off. It all comes down to this. Do they make contact? Off of 4. White flag in the air. Here comes Glenworth to the bottom. 1 lap to go. They're 4 wide. 5 wide. We can support 5 wide. White flag in the air. It's Taikila. It's Taikila. Fighting for the lead. It's Orman. Ravens around. They're flipping. Oh my goodness. We're racing to the end. We're racing to the end. It's teammates. It's teammates. Orman versus Taikila. Down the back straightaway.
It's gonna be a road racing. 1, 2, 3. But which one of them is a K?
What's the order? Here comes Miles. Don't count out Miles. Keela leads into the front straightaway, and here they come, swerving, drag race to the line. Could it be 3 wide across the line? Photo finish. It is Orman. Jasper Orman. What a finish! 3 wide across the line. Jasper Orman, Kyle Clenworth, and Ty Keela is.
Nico,
Oh my goodness.
if that's not a 10 out of 10 race, I don't know what is.
Amazing finish.
If you don't like that,
Taikila.
what?
Road racing. 1, 2, 3.
They've done it. What was the gap there?
I want to know if that was the new closest finish or not.
That
I
was
wanna see what
pretty
happened to
close.
the
Yeah,
car that flipped.
what happened
No,
with
Rick
Seb
Raven.
Alexander?
Oh my goodness.
This
My
is a-
God,
this is
that
a
was the
replay.
flip one.
That was shades of Scott Dixon. My
Yeah,
goodness.
what a crazy
Okay.
flip that was. I'm shaking right now. Here we go. Where is... What happened here? He hooked him. He got hooked. Oh, they merged into each other. Oh my goodness, into the inside wall. Oh, what a huge... You gotta feel bad for Seb Alexander. He had a great race.
Bring out the tarps.
Yeah,
that
pole
was
sitter led the most laps, if I'm not mistaken. Sent flipping.
Oh my god.
I got my flip watch. Yeah.
You did on the final lap.
Nearly flipped into Casey Keller.
Wow. And let's get a...
Rick, what happened between you and I, just wanting to know, has nothing to do with racing as a team. I did come up a little bit, and yeah, it caused a netcode for sure, and that's just on me 100%. It has nothing to do with how racing you other than that. So I just want to take 100% responsibility for that getting into play there. So sorry, that's on me.
I can't believe that finish.
Yeah, that was
Incredible.
something that is for the history books of Vantage.
That a 3 wide photo. I mean, have you ever?
A few times, yeah.
Oh, look how close.
I think this is a good sign that on iRacing, the Vindy 500 is here to stay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my goodness.
I want to know if that's the new closest Vantage finish ever.
I'm not sure. I don't think it is.
Definitely
Or
close.
4,000th? I don't think
It's not.
I
How
don't
close
think
was mine
it's
in
closer.
Turpray?
2.
Yeah,
But
that's
look at
tied.
that.
Yeah, 2000s.
That I think that's the third closest finish in Vantage history then.
It's definitely up there.
The Forza still remains the closest finish. That one was great too. This one is no.
That was shocking. Oh my god, what a finish. We need to get
People are lining up in the interview booth, ready.
Let's get Taikila up first.
Let's do it. Is he
in
ready?
here.
He is. Okay.
Yes, he is.
Taikila.
Taikila.
Oh,
go ahead.
Can you hear us? You got us in
Here.
the booth?
I got a copy, guys.
All right, so you were leading off of 4, a drag race to the line, lost by a couple of feet, almost pulled off last to first, but still a great performance. How was this race for you?
It was pretty fun. It was there was a lot of learning going on as the race evolved. So, with open setup and trying to learn what my setup was going to do and how to maximize everything. I was struggling with tires more compared to my teammates. So, just focusing on trying to save and kind of went for a crazy move. Just didn't know what was going to happen there. I think we went 5 wide almost, but yeah, that was a pretty cool finish there. Again, sorry to Rick Ravon there. I don't know, 10 laps to go there. I think I just got up. I haven't looked at the replay, but I washed up a little bit harder than I was expecting, and sometimes you get a little too close, and unfortunately we got netcode to deal with. So, but yeah, overall great race.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible race, incredible finish.
Incredible performance. That was something for almost the history books of here in Vantage. What a way to celebrate the 5th anniversary. What do you say here? What was your live reaction with your teammates who obviously finished right next to you?
Oh, we were pretty stoked. We love, an Indy 500 that we can get a 1, 2, 3. We love those. We don't get that many opportunities at that. So, anytime you can take an Indy 500 and take your friends and teammates with you, it's a blast. Sorry to Seb there. Netcode, took him out, our alliance partner, but he had a fantastic race as well and deserved a better finish along with Rick. So, yeah, we were so excited.
Absolutely. And do you guys think you're going to be continuing on here later in the year with the Vantage Indy Special League, or you're looking at next season potentially?
Yeah, I'm not sure how far you guys are in the season. I got to take a look, but yeah, I mean, definitely an interest coming back out. That was pretty fun. So, absolutely.
Well, before we wrap things up here, anyone you'd like to thank here today for your top 3 performance?
Yeah, I got a huge shout out to Seb. He is the one who worked on the set a lot, him and Jesper. So, huge shout out to him for putting together a fantastic set as always. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting and putting this all on. Thank you guys for sponsoring this and putting on a great show for everybody. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. And yeah, P1 Broadcasting and our other sponsor, Techtopia Systems. Shout out to them for being our primary sponsor. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Well, massive congratulations to you as always, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you on track later this year.
Yeah, thanks guys. Look forward to it.
Thanks, Ty, for coming out.
That was Ty Keela, 3rd place. Next up, we got Kyle Klendworth. Let me get him up in here. Kyle, it's Elliot up in the booth. You got us?
I have a copy. Can you hear me?
Man, what a finish, huh? What a race. What was going through your head on that last restart?
On the last restart, I was thinking I do not want to be in the lead coming to the white flag. So when I had the lead coming down the straightaway and we were fixing to go 5 wide, I figured I'd just give a little breather of the throttle and positioned myself to build a big run for the final lap. Had to dodge a little chaos there, and then just came up a little bit short. I remain undefeated in photo finishes on broadcast races. I've never won a photo finish on broadcast, so if you ever want to try to beat me, just put me in a position where we're going to drag race, and I will lose every time.
Incredible.
And this time it was only by 4 thousandths.
Yeah, I just needed the extra wicker or the extra wing extension on the front, and maybe Jesper and I would have tied, had a cars type finish with tie there at the front. But yeah, just so incredibly proud of the rocket ship that Jesper built us, and you know, to bring a home 1-2-3 rogue racing sweep at the podium is pretty special.
Absolutely, and we spoke to Ty about this earlier, but do you think we'll see more of rogue racing later on in the Vantage Indy Special League?
It depends on the scheduling, really. I mean, I know that these pay races always get more turnout than the rest of the league, but you know, I had a great time. I thought that some of the rules were engaging and unique, and I really enjoyed the quality of competition, especially from Rick Ravon. That guy I hold in very high esteem, so I'm glad he was able to show up and take the fight to us 4-on-1, and you know, he came to play, man. He had an absolute bullet. Just unfortunate that he was on the bad end of netcode a couple of times, but you know, he showed up and put his Rick Mears tribute scheme on notice for everyone watching at home. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the show.
Absolutely.
And real quickly, anyone you'd like to thank here today for this second place result?
Yeah, I mean, thanks to you, Elliot, for organizing this and posting on Reddit. That's where I saw this. So shout out to the iRacing Reddit community. Shout out to all of the leagues out there that race the IR18. In my opinion, it offers the best oval racing in the world. So come on out and race some ovals with us. Rogue Racing loves to see new people. I put out track guides on P1 Broadcasting, which I know is not the channel we're on today, but if you could go and check out that channel, give us a like, subscribe. I make track guides for Oval Fixed, and my teammates and associates make track guides for IIS, excuse me, the iRacing IndyCar series. Other than that, shout outs to my sponsors, Techtopia Systems and Segerman Farms, and shout outs to Devotive Racing League, which races Sunday evenings here through the summertime. Shane Coker puts that on. If you could tune in on P1 Broadcasting Sunday evenings between that and Dark Horse, we're in our summer stretch. We just had the Votive Indy Derby a few weeks ago, and we'll be at our next race here shortly on the new build. So everybody's excited and rearing up to finish up that season, where I'm the defending champion and look to defend my title.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to hear from you as always, and hopefully we'll be able to see you and your other Rogue Racing teammates out here in the Vantage Indy Special League later on.
Well, thank you, Elliot. Hopefully we continue to put on just as good of a show. Thanks for having us.
It was an incredible show. Have fun.
All right, let's
that
get...
was Kyle Klender.
Yeah, let's get
now for
the champion of
your
the
race winner,
Vindy 500. Jesper Orman, it's all of us in the booth. You got us?
I do. Hello, guys.
Hello. So, quite the finish, quite the race. You kind of stinted your way with pit strategy into being a factor in the second half of that race. You know, talk to us about that strategy and, of course, that crazy photo finish.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a long race. I knew that position would not matter until like 50, 40, maybe even 30 to go. So might as well, you know, try and see how much I can save on a stint. Plus, I know that I have a really strong setup here, and especially with the new aero model with even more downforce. So it was going to be like pretty easy to stick to people in front of you in map 5. Didn't really have a strategy until there at the end. Well, yeah, I wanted to stay out longer with 30 to go there. I would have probably stayed out another 10 laps, but the problem was that the guys that had pitted was already catching the guys like lap cars in front, which would have meant that they would have gotten a tow. And if you get a tow here, you're about half a second to a second faster, so I had to pit early there. Pit came out in the lead, but so hard to break away here. Must give credit to Rick Raven for sticking with us. I mean, to me, it looked like he had a pretty trimmed out car. Quite intrigued by how he managed that. That's something that I definitely need to look into. But yeah, I mean, at the end, the yellow came out. We had another second yellow there, so okay, green, 2 laps to go. You know, it's gonna be pretty insane. You know that people are gonna send it, and you just pray that you're gonna survive. This time around, I did survive. I took it 4 wide. Gotta give credit to Seb for not closing the door there. He kept his line straight, and there's Rink also on the outside, so he also did not weave. So I could kind of squeeze my way through them. Then Ty appeared from nowhere on the inside, so a side by side with Ty on the backstretch. I knew that it was going to be really hard, especially with Kyle Clintworth charging from behind. So I had to back up the corner a little bit, and out of 4, I just made sure that I would have at least finished ahead of Ty. I couldn't do anything to prevent Kyle from overtaking me, but this time I got lucky, and Kyle didn't catch me there in time, so I got lucky. But it's a 1, 2, 3 for the team, and I mean, can you ask for more?
That's about as good as it gets, I would say. So congrats on that. Huge win for you and your team. Is there anyone else you wanted to thank here before we wrap things up?
Teammates, you guys, I mean, 3 hours, 15 minutes. How do you guys do it?
You know, perseverance. And having great racing on track helps as well.
I'm on 2 hours of sleep right now.
Yeah. Well, it's getting late here. It's bedtime for me, so, but yeah, that was fun. Thanks, guys, for putting this race up. New build and everything. You can try the aero and everything. Yeah, it's great. It's fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming out here. Congratulations on becoming the fourth annual Vindy 500 champion. Hopefully we'll get the chance to talk to you later in the year if you ever make another Vantage Indy Special League appearance. But we will, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations, and yeah, have a good rest of your evening. Enjoy. Oh, he's gone.
Yep, yeah, he's gone.
Okay, well, then I can kind of redirect that to the
audience.
To the audience. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been quite a race, quite an afternoon, or a whole day really of racing. It's almost 5 p.m. where I'm at. I got on this morning at 8:30 to start prepping things. So, you know, a whole work shift for race Vantage.
I've been working on stuff since right around 12 hours. So
yeah, a lot goes into it. So a special thanks. Actually, let me bring up the.
We have a graphic for this.
We do. We have an admin's graphics. A little bit of credits. Roll the credits. We got you know, everyone who helped out here today. Unfortunately, Spencer couldn't be here due to a family emergency. Hope everything's okay on his end. Best wishes to him and his family. But yeah, everyone who helped this week, last week, every week leading up to it, and every week going forward. Really appreciate everybody for everything they put in. Everyone watching at home who subscribed, commented, shared, everything like that. It all goes a super long way into helping Vantage as a brand grow. And yeah, this is it. That's how we're going to close out, I think, the 5th anniversary of Vantage with a 3-wide photo finish across the line. It doesn't get any better than that, if you ask me.
Absolutely. I don't know what to do with the next 6 months of my life now.
Yeah.
Last 8 months have been this. I don't know what to do with the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's there we go. That's it. Just start working on next year's 500, I guess.
Year 5 of the Vindy 500. All right, well, we'll close it there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This has always been a broadcast by Vantage Racing Team, Vantage Media, held on iRacing, part of the Vantage Indy Special League. This was the Vindy 500. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We got a V1, is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, V1 at Singapore, the penultimate race. And then tomorrow night, Among Us night for Vantage Week to close out Vantage Week. So, yeah.
Red kind of sucks.
Yep.
Oh, hell no.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Appreciate all you guys. Everyone have a good night. Let's go take some showers,
Cool.
guys.
Absolutely. I haven't been to the bathroom in a year, it seems.
Yeah, pretty much. What? Okay. So we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Good night.